Okay, welcome in. Another 3v3 show match. Vitality versus LY. We're going to have Yo, Vivi, and Lix versus Hera, Hearttt, and Liereyy. Game 1 is going to be on Fortress. And these are going to be on the League matches. So this is a nice little $1,000 show match hosted by Hera and Yo. And they are practicing for the League. Remember, the League Grand Finals is going to be a LAN event at the Garrison, which is a 1v1 LAN tournament. So the finalists, the 6 players who are finalists for that, will be present in a LAN environment, and players are really going to want to be there. Vitality is the favorite for the tournament. LY is probably the second or third favorite, as Liereyy calls a brief pause. We do not have another restart. Hopefully, we don't have another restart, folks. Looks like the settings are going to be fine. Gives us time to look at the civs. Although it's Fortress, so we should have time anyway. Lix is playing as Chinese. Very good on 1v1 Fortress. Team game Fortress, they kind of run out of options a little bit later in the game, but their eco is still very, very good. If you start with Regicide, which gives you more resources initially, which means you can just hang on to that 3-villager lead, right? You don't even need to go for Loom. You can see he's at 15 vills right now. It's actually sick. He'll be up against Liereyy playing as the Portuguese. Then we have Vivi on the other side playing as the Italians. Very strong Regicide Fortress civilization. Really take advantage of their timings and try and press with that. Versus Hera as the Wu. So I would assume that Hera wants to play Fire Archers with the Wu. They've become way more popular recently. I still don't know if they're better than the Italians, but Hera might just be able to skill diff against Vivi. And then finally we have Spanish for Hearttt in the pocket up against Lithuanians for Mr. Yo. So we have 3 civilizations that can actually like go up to Castle Age and make their unique unit, and it's viable to do so while kind of booming behind. Chinese, not so much. Like Chukanu are okay, but not the best in Castle Age, especially not up against the other units from their opponents. Lithuanians, latest are good, but not really the unit you want to spam in Castle Age. And then Genoese Expo, it feels like it would be more valuable for Vivi to go up to him and then start making them, right? Game is still paused. And we are waiting. Thank you for being here, everyone. I appreciate you. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching. Piggy is stuck.
Bad news. I won't be donating for a while. I need to use the cash for a unique investment opportunity I received out of the blue this morning helping a deposed African prince.
All right, Apex, good luck with that. Good luck with that. Your generosity knows no bounds. What did he offer you in return? If you sent him $100 to get out of his predicament, what did he offer you? 200? 300? All right, so players are exploring with the kings. You'll notice that Mr. Yo does not go forward with his king. Hearttt doesn't care. He's just right across the center of the map. Hera's exploring over here as well. Lierey's just exploring this way. Mr. Yo goes directly to the corner and then says, "That's enough. You're coming back." And it wouldn't surprise me if the players also just sent their king to the pockets base. You see that a lot in 3v3 Fortress. They don't want to keep it in their own base. They send their king like to the back tower of the pockets base just so they can ignore it. And that's what Vivi's done. Little cozy king just sitting in this tower. Just chilling. Waiting. Mr. Yo's going to come back. He might put it in this tower over here. Are they both going to go in the same tower? Dang. That'd be crazy. All right, so Lierey's up to the feudal age quite quickly here. Should still be going for a fast castle build. Portuguese, you can do it a little bit faster, right? He's getting the double income from the berries, which is really, really nice. He still has the boar under the TC. Should be fine. We have Feudal Age on the way for all of the players from LY as well. As Vivi has a slightly cheaper Feudal and Castle Age, so he can also cut some corners, and he's up about a villager later than Liereyy was. Best eco in the game should be Licks, right? With Chinese. Yeah. I mean, Liereyy is up there in res collected because of the Portuguese double collection from the berries, but Chinese, 3 extra villagers right off the rip. You have no TC idle time. Should be a very, very comfortable eco, and you can see his resources are looking pretty good to click up to Castle Age. Lierey's are as well. As he gets there, he'll add the market, he'll add the blacksmith, and he'll be fine. Nice little comfortable build. The only question is, what does he want to go for once he gets to Castle Age? Does he go for organ guns? Doesn't feel like they'd have much viability here against the castle and against the walls and the towers and everything. Oh, Licks. I don't like this. I don't... On Fortress... like, you're committing to always having 2 villagers on gold? The blacksmith outside, diagonal from the walls? Licks is cooking, man. Licks is already thinking about the team walls. Who does that? That's clever. He's saving himself 1 house in this wall. Interesting. He had to walk so far for that, though. Licks is cooking. Alright, so Heartt's about to click up. I don't know why he hasn't yet. I guess he was just waiting behind that villager. He goes up to Castle Age. Lierey's up to Castle Age. Hera, with the woo, gets the Feudal Age and then gets the stone mining upgrade and double bit axe. So I guess Hera is thinking about going for a second castle in Castle Age here and just spamming fire archers and seeing how well it works. Remember, this is a show match, so they might be testing out different strategies. This might not be optimal, but they want to see if it works. And he's definitely planning on a second castle. He has 8 on stone right now. He got the stone mining upgrade, and he went up to Feudal Age later than anybody else in the game. All the kings are safely tucked away, by the way. I would expect Yo to just boom. He's got 5 villagers on stone. He's going to bring in 50 stone. That'll balance it out to 200. Then he can drop 2 extra TCs. I would expect Vivi to do the same, as he's got this villager bringing in the final 10 stone for another town center over here. Licks is also collecting stone. And he's sending villagers out here. Wow. Okay. Where are they going to build a TC? Just right on this wood line? Cool. Let's take a look at Liereyy. Second TC, third TC. Hearttt, second town center. Not making any conquistadors yet, but he is going for the monastery. So Hearttt will use the missionaries to collect the relics, or try to collect the relics in the center of the map. And Hera will get another castle down. And it's going to be a little bit further forward, right? It's going to be somewhere around here. Now, Vivi shouldn't add a 4th TC in the face of this. I think Vivi needs to try and go up, and then maybe try and tread this castle down. It also depends how quickly he finds this castle. Unless Hera's going to put it right on his face. He's going to put it right on his face. There it is. Boom. Fire archers already coming out from the first castle for Hera too. And they've been found by the scout. That's actually nice from Vivi. I think he'll be able to kill that. Very, very nice. And Yo and Vivi can kind of grief the production a little bit back here from Hera. He's got 2 fire archers, though. He should be fine on that side. Archer range now comes up for Vivi. Villager lead still belongs to Lix. Although Vivi is up there as well with 37 villagers. Lix already got heavy plow as well. Chinese farms plus heavy plow. These things are going to last quite a while. Should have a fairly comfortable eco. But they have to be worried about their friend, right? Like, Hera's on stone again. Hera, at some point, Hera might have...
all subs today.
Wow, Hera's getting Red Cliff tactics already. Votherboard, thank you for the 10 months, man. So, Hera's going all in. He's going to have a 3rd castle soon. He's got Red Cliff tactics on the way, and I think Vivi will really struggle against this aggression from Hera. This is a pretty creative build here from Hera. Let's see if it pans out. We haven't really had any players go for this in any of the show matches that we've seen on Regicide Fortress. If you're Hera, I think you want to go after the archer ranges. Maybe? I mean, they will die much faster than that castle. It's very difficult to make siege against this because the fire archers do have double arrows and they have +1 against siege, so they actually kill mangonels quite quickly. And with Red Cliff tactics, they will start to burn these buildings. You can see minus damage per minute reflected at the bottom there. 12 fire archers for Hera. Bodkin arrow is needed from Vivi. Armor probably needed as well. The fire archers have that extra arrow, but still skirmishers should feel fine against them. I think the key with fighting fire archers is you don't want to group up in one area because they have the area of effect damage along with them. So if you have 2 units standing on top of each other, they're going to take a little bit of extra damage. Like that. Not good. That's exactly the way you don't want to fight against these fire archers. Still, Vivi holding the line. He's getting the armor now. He's going for the university. He's still producing skirmishers. 57 villagers versus the 37 from Hera. Hera's just been selling stone, so he didn't go for that 3rd castle. Don't know if he really has the eco to produce from 3 castles at once and keep the villagers coming out. But he's just been selling it to afford more fire archers. Credit to Vivi for going into that range so quickly. As soon as he saw the castle, he knew it was up. He went into the range. He's still struggling heavily. And I still think he doesn't understand fully, like, the nature of the attack from these fire archers. They have a little area of effect damage. 0.25. Doesn't really come into play if your units are in a line, but if they're in a clump like this, it's absolutely brutal. And Vivi just keeps running into it. Ballistics is in, though, for that castle. 2nd armor upgrade is in. Vivi will add a siege workshop as well. He's still producing more skirms. Yeah, fire archers aren't a terrible unit. Like, every single time they're used, feels like we learned something new about them. Feels like people are giving them more credit than they initially got when they were first released. 2nd range now coming up for Vivi. Hera has taken out 1. He's working on the 2nd. Let's take a look at the relics situation. We got 3 relics for Hearttt. Mr. Yo needs relics. Remember, he's Lithuanian, so he gets 1. And a 2nd one, too. Good job from Yo. Grab as many units as he could get. Yeah, this is it. Yeah. There we go. Vivi's figuring it out. He's got him on stagger formation now, and the fire archers have to kill him skirm by skirm instead of getting that, like, collateral damage. And a Mangonel following up behind this. Imperial Age is on the way from Liereyy and from Hearttt, as Hera just easily takes out that Mangonel. That's why you don't make siege against them as well, especially against a player like Hera. He would just laugh in the face of your siege. Trades like this, I think, are fine for Vivi. He does have a significantly better eco than Hera, as Hera will come forward with another castle. Hearttt is standing on top of that. A Mangonel coming out. As long as Vivi can keep the numbers low, he should be okay. The Mangonel is interesting here as well. Hera's going to try and micro that down. The castle is forcing Hera to kind of stay around in this location. Still only one archer range making skirms for Vivi because Hera killed the second one. Hera's done a really nice job here, guys. Team wall now coming up from Hearttt. And we can look at the other sides of the map fairly soon. Organ guns, we're pushing this back a little bit from Vivi. But Lix is in Imperial Age. He is going Chukanu, and he's going capped ram. Wow. Double Mangonel now out for Vivi. Hera doesn't have ballistics, but it's fine. He's still going to be able to deal with the Mangonel. Still has the fire archers. Still only at 45 villagers. Hera's eco is extremely weak. All in all, I think it's been an excellent response from Vivi, as Vivi is now up to Imperial Age in a safe town center. And Yo is adding stables and starting to stream knights across the map. So many knights coming across. He might be able to disrupt the villagers building more stables, but Heartt's in a pretty good position here to spam knights as well. Was that elite organ gun? Ooh, elite organ guns in from Liereyy. Rocket cards should be able to do decently against them. But elite organ gun is still a fairly powerful unit, especially against Chukanu. Lix is going to have to be careful. Vivi still repairing his castle, and here come the Cavalier. And the Fire Archers felt real good against clumped up units. I don't know how well they're going to do against Cavalier with the final armor upgrade. Already at +3 attack as well. Great Wall comes in from Lix. Okay. A little bit of extra HP on his towers and on his walls. He's also getting Bombard Tower. Siege Ram coming in for Lix. Vivi goes for a second castle. Vivi will have the ability to make Trebs soon. And Vivi will have Bracer, which will give him an advantage over these Fire Archers. Hera's still only at 49 villagers. Feels like Hera needs to add a second TC at some point. Basically, right now, he's just trying to hold one of their players while his teammates do the work. But, I mean, Lix is doing a pretty good job over here negating Liereyy. And Yo is doing a pretty good job negating Hearttt. Paladin on the way for both of them at around the same timing. If Hera wants to come in to kill this Treb, it's going to cost him. It will cost him dearly if he wants to come in and snipe this Treb with the Fire Archers. That puts a lot of pressure on Hera. Siege Ram pushing in. We got all these organ guns here from Liereyy. Architecture now on the way for Lix. So Lix is going to have Great Wall and Architecture and Bombard Towers. And I think LY has recognized that, like, Hera's not really going to be in this game once you clear up this push. You clear up this push, and it's going to take an extra 5-10 minutes for Hera to get involved again. And then Vivi's going to be free, and it's going to effectively be a 3v2. So they're just stalling for time at the moment. Nice castle denial there from Hearttt. Good paladin numbers as well from Hearttt. We got 41 paladin. Mr. Yo. Only at +4 attacks. So basically the paladin from the Spanish and the Lithuanians are the same because you only got 2 relics. And there goes the second castle for Hera. And Hera's on the run, man. Oh, no. Guys. Hera might die. Oh, God. He's in castle age. The paladin are coming in. Sacrifice the boys and the girls. Don't let those paladin in the front door. By the way, Liereyy apparently does not care about this castle or the bombard cannons. He's just pushing him with the organ guns. Some of the paladin were on the other side, so Lix is left out to dry. Mr. Yo is not over here. Elite Chukanu is in. And paladin do beat Chukanu. I think Vivi will need to come over and help with his Genoese Expo against wherever Hearttt is, but they don't want to let Hera off the hook either. It's effectively a 3v2 right now, but because Yo had units over on the other side trying to help against Hera, it meant that Lix lost his forward position. And now Yo is going to have to mass and try and push out with Lix on this side. These organ guns are so dangerous. With the bombard cannons behind. Does Liereyy have Arquebus? He does. Oh, boy. Nice snipe from the first treb. Nice snipe from the bombard cannons on the Chukanu as well. Hera, heavily struggling. Won't be able to make fire archers anymore. He'll have no castles. Vivi went forward with the castle. He's pissed about what happened before. Never mind. There's fire archers back here. Potentially shutting off the trade. Yo has to send Paladin back to deal with that. Good job from Hera trying to find whatever damage he can, but it feels like these fire archers are going to be really dead soon. I don't even know if they can kill these 4 Paladin. They might have to look for Hera's king as well. It's right here. The problem for LY is that Lix will have to leave his base entirely. He can delay, but I don't think he can stop this. The king is on the run. Hera's on the run. He still has some fire archers over here. I think Hera's going for a king snipe with those fire archers. That's why he took that journey around here. He was looking for the king from Vivi. Vivi's king has been in Yo's base for a long time. He knew he was kind of out of the game, so he's just looking for whatever value he could. Big army here from Liereyy and from Hearttt. Oh my goodness. 9 bombard cannons. 50 elite organ guns with Arquebus. But the push is on over here. The push is on. And where's Hera's king? It's in the corner. He continues to run. Oh, no. If they can push faster over here than they're getting pushed over on this side, there's potential. Hearttt will have to send all new units over to deal with this as well. So there won't be any further reinforcements for Liereyy. He's going to have to be careful with the Paladin and the Chukanu massing up here from Lix and Yo. More bombard towers being built up from Lix. He has great walls, so they have 3,500 HP. Elite Genoese crossbowman is coming in to deal with the Paladin as well. LY is already getting their trade set up, by the way. Vitality, not so much. They don't really have an effective trade line if they're cut off in that corner. Dang, dude. Lix only has one castle to produce Shukanu from. He's got to be really careful with this mass. He can't replace it. Hera's king on the run again. And there's a castle back here from Vivi. Vivi's pissed. Vivi's real mad about getting pushed before. Hearttt will come in and try and snipe these trebuchets. It's going to be expensive to snipe those, though. These are Genoese Expo with Paladin to support. It's going to be very expensive, and he only gets one. It feels like there's an opportunity here real quick for Yo to come in and kill these bombard cannons from Liereyy. And if the bombard cannons go down, Lix might be able to reclaim this entire area. Very good first game. Extremely good first game. Hearttt will need all of his units over here to help. Liereyy might even have to come over here and help at some point. Hera is not going to be in the game for a very long time. Credit to Lix for evacuating everything. Lierey's got to be careful. He's gotten real aggressive with these organ guns, but if he loses that mass, Yo's just coming right in with those Paladin. And he's going to clear all of this up. A lot of organ guns going down there. Genoese Expo making life so difficult. Hera's trying to go for towers to help out. Yeah. Yeah. It's an impressive push from Liereyy, but I don't know if you could 2v3 a situation like this, even if you're Hearttt and Liereyy. What a cool game, though. Really impressive stuff from Liereyy and from Hearttt. It was a great attempt on the push as well from Hera. Very creative. But I think he's learned that maybe it doesn't work against Italians, right? Maybe against some other civs, but maybe not Italians. Oh God, Lix! Be careful! Lix! It's fine! They clear everything! They clear everything! Lix was the pie in the windowsill, dude. Liereyy was too busy sniffing at it. You didn't see the other things coming from the other side. The entire army goes down. GG called. Amazing game. Really, really fun stuff. Cool strategy from Hera. I think it might work against other civs. But if it fails, you see what happens, right? If it fails and the guy you're pushing has 3 TCs and you can't beat him, you are going to die like a dog in the street. And then it's going to be 3v2. Full credit to LY as well. After Lix lost here, Yo just kept enough Paladin to like slow down the push. And then he sent all of his other reinforcements over here. It was excellent teamwork from Vivi and Yo. And it was just such a nice, concerted push on this side. And they pushed faster than Liereyy could. Yeah, Lix died super slow as well. Like, full credit to Lix. He got all of the text architecture, Great Wall, Bombard Tower, right? Initially, he was thinking about pushing, but then once he realized, okay, I just need to die very slowly, he did exactly that. Super cool game. Hera's eco just not there, right? He went for the all-in. Didn't really work for him. Liereyy and Hearttt had fantastic economies. That's pretty sick. And Liereyy killed 41 buildings. Most of those were like bombard towers, castles from Lix. Didn't matter at the end of the day. LY takes game number 1. Helps that Hearttt couldn't really fight Vivi because of Italians. Exactly, right? Couldn't clean him up. Genoese Expo were there. We're watching the finals early? Maybe. Remember, there's a couple Animaro teams that are very dangerous, right? I think the Wonders team is very dangerous if they get more experience playing as a team. They did lose 4-1 against Vitality in that play all 5, but I think they just need a little bit more experience, and the bracket stage might give them that. Did they end up losing game 1 by not playing meta? I mean, yeah, that's the risk you take with a strategy like that, though. Remember, it is a show match, right? And if you're going to test things out, test it out against one of the best teams in the world. I think I like can't even judge the strat because it was a fun game. And there was definitely potential there. If you test it out, everyone will know about it. I mean, if you're picking Wu and going Fire Archer, like if you're picking Wu on Fortress, you kind of know that they're going Fire Archers anyway. What was the final civilization? Portuguese. Okay. So civs for LY would be Chinese, Lithuanians, and Italians. So pretty good civs for both teams. Fairly even on the draft order of those civs. A little bit better for LY. Did you congratulate T90 on 400K? Did he get 400K subs on YouTube? That's sick, dude. Good for him. Deserves it. I'm not jelly. No, you're peanut butter. Okay, Frontline is the next map. Frontline's a crazy map. I love it. I love it, dude. I hope Frontline is part of like every team game map pool. I also want to see more maps with the same setup as Frontline. I just don't know how you can like differentiate it without like adding water, which kind of messes it up a little bit. Or Snake. Oh god, Snake is such a dumb Snake is such a dumb map, dude. I remember when that one released on HD, I think, and then there was a show match with it or something. It was so dumb. You shut your mouth when you're talking to me? All right. It's not easy. Should have heard what I said to you, though. Guys, guess who the highest rated player in this game is? Hearttt, Liereyy, Hera, Lix, Yo, Vivi. It's not me. No, it's not me. Protagonist is the winner. He guessed Mr. Yo. The only 2K9 in the game room. What did I win? You didn't win anything. You won the chance to guess again. Sorry for being late. It's raining today. My Lambo doesn't really like the rain. Had to be careful. Okay, Lars. So you were outside playing with your toy cars, or does your mom know you're outside? Okay, Frontline is in. LY versus Vitality, game 2. And as you can see in Frontline, we set up in a line. So we have the flank, we have the somewhat pocket, and we've got the giga pocket of Yo, Lix, and Vivi. Now, Lix is on the flank. No surprise there, playing Aztecs. And Lix is going to do what Lix does. And if you're playing on Frontline, even if you're Team Vitality, you will see Lix in this position, and you will start to have nightmares. Because he is going to find value from sending these villagers for it. You just know, even if it doesn't look like it initially, my guy is going to be all over you. Liereyy is playing as the Incas. He will match up against Lix. Hearttt will play in the somewhat pocket as the way. Yo will play there as the Slavs. And then finally we will have Vivi as the Huns in the Giga pocket. He's deleted his houses. You were wondering why those were dead. He doesn't need them. He's Huns. And Hera will play as the Mapuche. So Hera is probably going to play Bolus. I think the plan for Vivi was to play Cav Archers. Bolus will kind of negate that. Could also see Kona from Hera as well. As we see Lix over here. Trying to stall this stuff out. I think... Guys, did Hearttt give an extra board to Liereyy? I think Hearttt gave his extra board to Liereyy. Liereyy lost a Vil to a boar? Oh my god, he did. I know Liereyy got his stolen. That's why I was wondering where that second boar came from. But I think Hearttt gave him his second one. Which is funny because Aftermath, the old team they were part of, used to have famous fights about someone taking their board. One of my favorite clips of all time is MBL and Hearttt arguing over whose boar it was. Lix is still laming. He lamed a lot of this hunt, then he walled off the settlement. He's laming the gold. He's going to find Liereyy going out for the wood over here. And this is a bad moment for Liereyy as he's trying to make the settlement. And Lix will villager war against Liereyy. This is exactly what Liereyy doesn't want to happen. I mean, Lix loses a villager there, but Leary's trying to get into an actual unit, right? Lix is just planning on being a villager warrior for the rest of the game. Poro! Thank you for the 50 gifted. Oh my goodness, guys. If you got gifted a sub by Protagonist, please make sure you thank him. He's very generous. He's like the dad you never had. Oh my god, Lix. Running into the TC. It's fine. He's still got 18 Vils. Lear's got 16. He's on the way to the feudal age. 30 seconds away. Yo, 26 seconds away. 22 seconds away from feudal age. With the Slavs. Liereyy has lost 2 villagers. He's also killed 2 villagers. But Lix is at the back here. On Heartt's berries. Roaming around with the Vils. I wonder if Liereyy can even afford anything. He can't afford the archer range yet. But soon. Maybe. Thank you so much, Poro. I appreciate you, brother. More than you know. And it was 30% off, 35% off. So Poro was basically making money anyway. Huge. Villager's now coming back from Lix. So he's going to try and balance out his eco as much as he can. Hera, forced to spend a lot of time walling behind this. And he's losing houses. Because he's still in Dark Age, so they take a lot more damage from the villagers. They go down really, really quickly. And, I mean, Hearttt is going to have to fight this with his initial scouts, which means they can't go forward. Lix might lose all of these villagers. But at least he's causing problems. That house is going to go down soon. There's a lot of scouts here, though. He'll need help. And he's sending more help. I was thinking, oh, look, Yo's here. And then I see 5 more villagers coming from Lix. The archers are finally being massed from Liereyy. Can Hera stop this house from going down? He is on the way to the castle H. Scouts coming in from Yo. Villager advantage for LY, but Liereyy will send these archers forward. And Lix will have problems as he goes for his first lumber camp of the game. I don't think Hera can out-repair this. He can if Heartt's distracting, though. Hera spent a lot of wood on this house so far. And he's going to keep the house up with the help of Heartt. How much damage has this house taken? Oh, just a casual 2,700 damage. On a 750 HP building. Oh, Liereyy. Yo! He's not looking. House goes down. Archer range immediately behind. Hera will play Bolus. Vivi will play Cav Archers. Bolus are pretty good against Cav Archers. As Yo will come back to clear this, and Lix is in trouble. I would say Lix could douche now, but he doesn't have the wood for that. As you see, he's fighting off the archers and spearmen on this side. Yo finally clears up the army over here from Liereyy. Second range coming up from Vivi. Hera will start massing the Bolus. And Lix has found himself a new target in Hearttt now. Lix is, I don't want to say forever Dark Age, but like, okay, so there's different levels of forever. There's like all of eternity, the heat death of the universe, right? And then the amount of time it's going to take Hoyo to get a girlfriend. And then there's Lix staying in Dark Age. It's a long time. Okay? That's what we're just... Listen, it's a long time. Lix's villagers are dying. Let's see if Yo can carry him through. Usually, when all of Lix's vills die, Yo is there to hold his hand. But I don't know if Yo is gonna have the capability to carry this one through. Lix has 633 score. That's right. And the bullets are coming in. And the bullets will do really well here against Mr. Yo. Lix just could not find the amount of damage that he wanted, unfortunately. And Yo is now losing a ton of villagers as well. Can Vivi get the Cav Archer mass to the point where it can kind of negate the Bolus? I mean, Hun's CA are cheap. Bolus do have a bonus against them. Ballistics is now on the way for Hera, making life very, very difficult for LY. And Hera basically counters all of the units that are on the field right now for them. I think that Tavil rush like this by Lix is so dumb and basically throwing a game in a 3v3 for no reason. No, this is that's basically the meta on this map. Vitality does not play the meta on this map because they know they're the best team. And they know, on average, their skill levels is higher than their opponents. So they play into archers, right? But the general consensus meta on this map is that this flank player will send villagers forward in lane. And that's Lix's specialty, right? You don't want him playing archers against Liereyy. You want him disrupting. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I think the bigger problem is that Hera's Civ basically cancels out the benefit of having the Huns in the back. Like, it was an excellent Civ selection from Hera and from Team Vitality to go for Mapuche and go into the Bolus Riders. Oh boy, this is over, guys. Do. Dave said Mapuche. I did. All right, so I mean, it's time for Vitality to just add eco, right? Lierey's on the way to the Castle Age. Lix is still in Dark Age. Like I said, he'll be there for a while. Excellent micro against ballistics here, Vivi. Not. Bro, he's got ballistics. Oh my goodness. Yo is getting light cav. Yo needs a massive raid to do anything in this situation. And now we have Hey Guangs coming out from Hearttt. He's coming in. Yo's going to get a few villagers. It's still not an insane villager lead for Vitality, like all things considered. After all of those raids that they got earlier. Lix has lost 21 vills. Vivi hasn't lost a single villager. Lierey's only lost 2. Heartt's lost 6. Hera's about to lose some more right here. But he does have the bolus clearing up these light cav. He's just going to sacrifice those vills, wall them in. And try and kill the light cav and negate the raids. Villager difference is only 8. Lix is finally in the feudal age. Unfortunately for him, Liereyy is in Castle Age, and Liereyy is now beginning to push. Why are Bolus Riders so accurate when they're throwing? Because Bolus Riders have a sling that can throw like a stone, right? Slingers can be remarkably accurate. And Arambai is throwing a freaking dart. Like, the sling is spinning it around, and then you're releasing it at a point where you want to, like, target. The dart, you're just, like, throwing in an arc. Bullets are not slings. They're the 2 stones tied together. I see. Still, you could be way more accurate with those, though. Alright, so they were 8 villagers apart at one point, and now they're way further apart. Lix couldn't get the tower up. Lix is cooked. I don't know who they're relying on here. Probably Vivi to carry. If you remember yesterday, the Danish Alliance would have resigned about 25 minutes ago in this 23-minute game. LY is going to play on. I just don't know what value they can find. They need Yo to get in here and kill 35 vills. And even then, it would be difficult. GG called for Mr. Yo. Lix's laming did not work. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. This time it did not. Liereyy, Hearttt, and Hera managed to withstand that damage. Also, I think Vivi was like pretty late to Castle Age. Hera was there so much faster even after being attacked. I mean, I know Mapuche Eco should be a little bit better with the settlements, but not that much. Maybe it's good to just TC drop one in the center. Well, that's the inevitable thing, right? If you commit so many villagers forward to attack, you will eventually do somebody, but you have to have the wood behind, which you didn't have. But yeah, Persians on this map, and then go and like TC drop the middle player, and life gets very difficult for the other team. Very, very difficult. Good job from Team Vitality, though. Every single time, man, every time Liereyy plays this map, he is getting full-on laned and villager rushed, and he always manages to survive. You can't go back there, Syntax. You can't send your Vills back. If he sends his Vills back, there's no pressure on his opponents, and then they just die anyway. Because he's in Dark Age with 20 villagers around a woodline that's super exposed. You gotta just keep pushing. Unfortunately, once you're that deep, it's just unfortunate spot. All right, so I think it was Mapuche, Way, and there was another new civ there. Was it Inc? It was Incas, yeah. And then on the other side, we had throwaway civs for LY. Huns. What were the other civs there? Huns. What was Lix's civ? Aztecs? Lix was Aztecs? Okay. And then what was the final civilization? What was Mr. Yo? Slavs. Okay. Cool. Thank you, chat. I appreciate that. Thank you, Poro, once again for the 50 gifted. I really, really appreciate it, dude. I think you want to save Ethiopians for another time, Kingy. They really don't do that much there. Because the Ethiopians player would probably be on the flank position where Lix was. And you just end up like facing a 1v1 Archer War. I think they'll save Ethiopians for Arabia, potentially. Save Ethiopians for when Grubby subs in? No, he plays way only, dude. I don't know how that guy is still sane. How can he play so many games as one civilization over and over and over again? I would go crazy. He's played a game with 3 civs for 20 years? I guess so. Would be interesting to see his deal with random Civ banning Arabia. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I think he would drop by like, he might drop by like 300. But he'd make his way back up eventually. All right, Menindi is the next map. Which unit showers the least? Which unit showers the least? I would say Tarkin probably showers the least. Wouldn't it be Berserk? No, I think it's Tarkin, bro. Maybe Mamluk? Because they're not in an environment with a lot of like water sources around. Which unit would represent a Twitch mod the best? Oh, I think Commissar likes to think of himself as a samurai. Bullet's a little Karambit warrior. I would like to see the Gebetto shower. Bro, touch some grass. Holy. Teutonic Knights don't know how to shower. I mean, they were in full armor when he drowned. Did Chupta make it to the Brazilian land? Chupta was there. Chupta and his wife were there. Yep. Chupta. Dude, Chupta has so much energy. He had a drone and he was constantly trying to get footage of the event space and like the building and everything like that. And he's telling us all about it. And then we went to the mall where the final 2 days were at the event. And he's flying his drone around and the cops are like trying to tell him like, we will arrest you. Chupta's telling us the story. He's like, yeah, so like I want to get some drone shots of like the building and everything. I want to go around and get it all for the event and stuff like that. And, you know, and then these cops, like, they're just telling me like, yeah, they're really nice about it, but they're telling me like, yeah, we're going to arrest you. He's like, and I tried, but they said, no, we're going to arrest you. It's like, all right. I think he also did some live streams from the gathering on Friday. He might have also done some from the main event. I don't know. Okay, we're still waiting to get in. We're waiting for Liereyy right now. You ever watch the show Deadliest Warrior? Yeah. Deadliest Warrior is peak Spike TV. Peak. That was at like the same era as like Slam Ball and like Pros versus Joes and all of that stuff. Peak. It might have been on Discovery Channel as well, but that was like 2000s television, dude. Nothing could beat it. Thousand Ways to Die. Oh my god. Bro, 1,000 Ways to Die did so many people so dirty. So dirty. There was 1,000 Ways to Die where a guy died by getting like sucked into his treadmill or something at home. And because they had to make it interesting, they suddenly, this is a real life story where the guy died like, or like based on a real story where the guy died getting, you know, strangled by his treadmill or something. But because they had to make it interesting. Wrong colors here. We will sorry. Okay. They made up this whole storyline about how he was watching his like neighbor who was an attractive woman, and she was like outside and he was, you know, pleasuring himself and like being a real creep about it. And then he like gets on his treadmill while watching her and he's like distracted and then he gets strangled. But it's just like, dude, why you gotta do this guy dirty like that? They always picture the one who dies as an awful person. Yeah, because they don't want people looking at their show as if they're capitalizing on tragedy. You know? They always have to make them the bad guy. When I was a kid, I used to watch Ice Road Truckers. I remember Ice Road Truckers. Gold Rush, also a great show. I watched like the first like 5 seasons of Gold Rush, dude. And the Canadian version. Whatever that one was called. That one was also good. Canadian version was actually better because it was less over the top. Did you believe in Parker, though? I hated Parker. Parker was the worst character ever. Parker sucked, brother. Any thoughts on Morgan Rogers to Chelsea? Oh my god, we overpaid for another player. Unbelievable. All right, so LY versus Vitality, game number 3, and we have Menindi. We've got Licks playing here as the Berbers. Liereyy playing as the Gajaras. They're both going to come out for this fish. We have the faster villagers for the Berbers, which should help with the villager wars. The sheep are already going into the mill here for Liereyy. That's a very aggressive mill to put the sheep inside. So we see the scout from Licks really struggling. Losing a lot of HP early, and Licks hasn't even started gathering the fish yet. He's got one more villager in the queue, and that's it. Lierey's got way more food available to him. Licks needs to finish this mill, drop off the food, and get another villager coming out. Struggling with production. He is battling, though. They might be able to kill a villager from Liereyy right away. Don't think Liereyy can quick wall this. And with the help of the scouts from the team, yes, they do. Another villager goes down from Liereyy. And another one, maybe? And another one. Wow, Lierey's down to 10 vills. Licks is going to lose one here, though. Licks will lose 2. Liereyy loses another one. Liereyy loses another one. Liereyy down to 9 villagers right now. And 5 of them are battling. So he only has 4 villagers working in his eco. He does have the extra sheep inside of the mill. But Lick's taking advantage of his faster villagers. Getting some good damage done against Liereyy. He's going to kill another one. Oh my goodness, Liereyy. How many villagers is that? 6? 6 villagers lost. He's only killed 1. Lix has lost 2. I think Lix at some point should go after this mill. It's a lot of pressure there, right? It's a lot of Lierey's food income coming from that mill, as sad as it is. Civilizations, Hindustanis, Burmese, Berbers versus Saracens, Gujaras, Byzantines. So, Vitality has the ultimate camel civilization list as Liereyy loses another villager. Lix should go after this mill now. On the other side, we got some pretty good camels as well. And Lix is actually still bringing in food. Liereyy has 11 villagers. And Lix is going to kill another vill. Oh my god, is this Liereyy or Doubt? Oh no. Oh man. He's committed. He's committed. 11 villagers against 16. Liereyy, or rather Lix, take out the mill, brother. Take out the mill. He knows. He wants those sheep. That could help his eco a lot if he sends these back. I mean, look at his eco at home. It's very impressive. Okay, let's look at what the other players are doing now. Vivi docking the middle there with Burmese. He's probably going to go into Arumbai. We got Yo going up to the feudal age. He'll probably play some scouts. So we see Liereyy somehow managing to get 2 of those sheep. I have no idea how. Hearttt will play archers with the Byzantines. And Hera is booming here with the Saracens. He's got the dock as well. I think if you're Lix, you just, like, let him take this fish. And retreat your villagers. Once those archers get into the fray, it's going to be extremely difficult. Good job from Hera, sniping that sheep. He's in feudal age now, so a stronger scout, and he's going to be able to kill one of these villagers from Lix. Liereyy is making a mill so he can take this 85 food. I would have rather he made a mill here, but hey, you got to do what you got to do. And Hearttt is now making trash units. That's something you normally see in a team game. Even with Byzantines, you probably normally see them go into archers in this situation. Here he's all out of fish. Does have more villagers in the queue, though. 17 vills for him. 22 villagers for Lix. So a massive advantage there for Lix. And now Liereyy is pushing forward, and he's going to go for the stable. Wow. Tower being made from Yo. I think Hearttt is coming forward with the tower as well. Liereyy now has to pull back. Let's look at the res collected for a second here. Burp. Burp. How does Lix have less res collected than Liereyy? That's crazy. Tower now on this side from Hearttt. Feels like Yo needs to prioritize this tower a little bit more. He's coming out with the scouts. He's going to find himself a villager. Don't think he can kill that, though. The spearmen are here, and now the scouts will come back this way. Hera will manage to sneak in a second dock on that side as well. And Vivi is the first one on the way to the castle age. Vivi is on stone. We'll be playing Arumbai. Byzantine Tower has more HP. Where are the scouts from Mr. Yo? Where are the scouts? Where are the scouts? Where are they? They're somewhere. They're over here. Okay. Res collected should be better for Licks now, right? Yeah, way better. Licks will actually be able to go up soon. I like the fact he's taking the hunt here. Liereyy is just in a disaster. Disastrous position. Nice micro from Hearttt to try and save that Spearman. He goes for another tower on this side. This will keep him in the feudal age for quite a while, but it's also going to keep Yo there as well. As Yo clears that up, he'll go back onto the berries. Yo's got 2 on stone at the moment, all the way out here. Nice sneakiness there from Mr. Yo. They're just hanging out in the feudal age, expanding his fish eco. Feels like Vivi could get a really aggressive castle. Like, if he could get a castle here, that'd be sick. But Yo just lost his scouts, so I don't know if that's possible. He'll have to go for a castle in Yo's base. And the tower can range him. Uh-oh. Need more villagers building, for sure. Lix is on the way to the feudal age. Liereyy still just chilling. And now Lix is on stone, so he's going to get a castle up too. Yo having some problems against the skirm spear approach from Hearttt with the towers involved as well. I think Vitality's plan is to just let Hera boom behind. This guy is very weak. Yo should definitely not have that villager out there, but he is, regardless. Distract enough and let Hera boom behind with double dock fish boom. Hera's eco should be insane, right? It is. It is absolutely insane. It's just whether Hearttt and Liereyy will be in a position to actually support. That's the question. Lix should be up to the castle age soon. If Lix gets a castle here, that would be devastating for Liereyy. He does have his camel here, though. It's on 1 HP, never mind. Let's take a look at the scouting from these players. A lot of times the scouting is very underwhelming. From LY, it's actually pretty good. As Hearttt goes for another tower at the back. And it's a counter tower from Vivi. Erenbai now coming in. Vivi's got to be careful. He's distracted at the back there. Erenbai still around this wood line. Hera just now getting Loom, and Hera's in the castle age, and he'll go for 2 extra TCs. So Hera, Loom and boom is the plan for him. I think Lix should send all of his villagers forward and try and get this castle up here once he gets to the castle age, which is in a minute and a half. That'd be such a devastating position against Liereyy.
Omega Loom.
Heartt still roaming around, still looking for more tower positions. He's cut off the wood over here. He's cut off the wood over here. Mr. Yo now on the way to the castle age. Selwing, thank you, bro. Smart for Lix to go for a tower there. Otherwise, he'd lose the villagers if Heartt spots him. But it also delays his castle, I think. We'll have to buy stone. Everybody coming in on this side, not finding anything. Castle now going up for Hera. Did you just buy that? He just straight up bought that castle. Like 500 stone for that. Lix, please put it here. Please put your castle here. Doesn't have the stone yet. He's now getting towered on this side. Good job from Hearttt. Full surround on their base. Forward siege workshop from Vivi. Hearttt will lose the skirms over on this side to the Erenbai. And Lix Licks. Licks. Are we doing it? We're going for a defensive. Really? Wow, dude. Wow. Even with the Eremby here. Maybe it's because of Hearttt. Maybe he just doesn't have confidence. Because they don't know what Hera's doing. But I cannot believe that Licks went for such a defensive castle. Wow. That is so surprising to me. He's also stretching out for another TC over here. I forgot about the shorefish on the edge. This could help. Another TC coming down from Mr. Yo. Rams working away on the buildings. Castle Age is on the way for Hearttt. And Hera just booming. Going into Mamluks. $60 villagers, 18 fishing ships for Hera. It's an insane eco. Man, if this castle went up here, that would have been so brutal for Liereyy. Liereyy would be in such a rough position. Even a castle over here would have been disgusting. Who wins? Mamluks or Eremby? Depends on how they take the engagement, right? Heartt's losing a lot of ills. I would prefer Mamluks because they actually hit their shots. And they have a lot of HP. Right now they're kind of outnumbered. Mamluks do not have bonus damage against camels, by the way. They still have a lot of attack power, so they should punch through the armor on the camels fairly nicely. Lix's job, I guess, is to deal with Hearttt now. How many villagers are left? Just this woman and then one more. They might be able to finally stall out Heartt's push. Hearttt has done such a cool push here. Yo will have to send a few units back to deal with that. The Mamluks are still looking for opportunities. We got some monks in here from Mr. Yo. The Eremby now coming over towards Lierey's base. As Liereyy is making camels. And the Eremby are going to die here, probably. Yeah. So Vivi will lose these Eremby, most likely. The camels come in for Mr. Yo now. He gets away with a few of them. But the Mamluks are pretty strong here in these battles. We need the camel archers to get involved against them. But Lix needs upgrades. Vitality is ahead on eco. Big part of that is just Hera. You put Hera in the power position. He doesn't have to play the game, really, for the first, 20 minutes. Because he's just booming. His allies are holding on. His allies are distracting. And he's got a really good civ behind. It is pretty cool seeing this many Castle Age Mamluks, though. Another TC back here. Another TC over here. The fish eco is insane. Resources collected should be an insane advantage for Hera. It's crazy. I'm just really disappointed in Lix, man. I think this game could look completely different if he got aggressive with this castle. This one was just so weird to me. And Imperial Age is now on the way for Hera. He made the game easy for Liereyy. Good push here from Vivi, though. He clears a lot of villagers from Hearttt. He might be able to clear the fishing eco, too. Although Hera can actually garrison. I'm used to watching Rage Forest, I guess, from yesterday. Thinking they can't garrison. Doesn't matter. They should be able to clear this up. And Hera's back here as well. Trying to help out Hearttt, who is still going for towers. Eco count is relatively similar. Like, still trying to clear that stuff. He's going for another TC over here. Hera's got 97 villagers, 10 in the queue, 17 fishing ships, and now Vivi is losing his fishing ships. And Hera's inside now with the Mamluks, and I don't think there's really anything that can stop this. There's so many villagers. It's a feast for Hera. It is an absolute feast. Poor Heartt. Poor Heartt. I was Liereyy at first, taking the brunt of the attack, but Heartt has just been the absolute punching bag for the last little bit. As now all of LY converges and tries to take out these Mamluks. Hera's still trying to find value with those. He will finally lose that mass. He doesn't have that many more, and he's floating a ton of res at the moment. As we see Vivi trying to go forward with the castle. Yo is floating a lot of res. He's at 87 bills. If they can hold off Hera, as you see him go for 2 more castles back here. If they can hold off Hera, they actually have a decent shot this game. Because all of them are in like a decent position economically. It's just going to be so difficult to hold Hera. Mr. Yo gets 1 conversion. Doesn't get the second one, but it's enough to temporarily push Hera away. Mamluks are slow to mass. Erembi are over here from Vivi. They're clearing up the camels, and the castle is going where Lix's first castle should have gone! Sorry. As Hera now gets coinage, so he's going to start to sling. You can start slinging in Imperial Age. He'll send all of these resources to his allies, try and help them out. Liereyy just lost a ton of villagers over there. Mr. Yo is up to 100 vills. And the towers are almost gone. Almost. Almost. Do Imp Camels do decent versus Mamluks? They do okay, yeah. Banking now coming in for Hera. He's going to be able to bankroll his team really well. Lix will go for another castle on this side. Eco count ahead for LY. Imperial Age coming in for Mr. Yo. They're so very open on all these sides. If those Mamluks come in. Speaking of units coming into the base, it's Vivi. Again, with the Erembi. Eco KD for Vivi should be insane. And it's still only 55 villagers for Liereyy, but Lierey's going to get slung by Hera. You can see Hera sending so much res to Heartt now. Yeah, Eco KD for Vivi looking really solid. Lierey's lost 35 bills, Heartt's lost 25. And Heartt instantly clicks Imp as soon as he gets that res. Mr. Yo needs a ton of Imp Camels. It's going to be hard for him to mass, though. Heartt now going for a castle forward to protect himself. Still the push is happening over here from Vivi. And he's still just locked in on Erembi. He's got 88 villagers. He took a ton of damage earlier. Still just producing Erembi, which I'm not certain will scale super well. This is a nice raid from Lix back here, though. Finally, Hera's Eco getting pressured a little bit, and he has to send his Mamluks back here. That's the most important thing about this. These Camel Archers will die, but Hera has to respond to this, and that means the Mamluks aren't forward. They still need to find some way to deal with this, though. You can't let this pass, right? Hera's just grabbing a relic from your side of the map. So the castle finally does go up for Heartt. The Camel Archer's still back here. And the monk dies. Good. Another castle from Vivi. Liereyy is in trouble, dude. Like, Heartt got all the res from Hera, right? Heartt got all the res. Liereyy did not get anything. So now it's going to be Heartt trying to save Liereyy. The Mamluks are still at the back, still looking for value. Imperial Age is now on the way for Lix. Heavy Camel is coming in for Mr. Yo. And the castle should go up from Vivi. There's only one Mangonel there from Liereyy. Nice value from that Mangonel, all things considered. Mamluks are here now for Hera. And a bunch of them were weak from before, so he's got to be careful. He's not paying attention. He's trying to place more farms, trying to get more castles set up. LY, castle line across the middle of the map. Hera's castles. More defensive in nature for production, and he denies the castle from Lix over on the side. Hera's still sending resources to Hearttt. So Heartt's got a lot of floating res. 68 villagers only, but already in Imperial Age. Can go into Trebs, can go into Bombard Cannons as well with Byzantines. He's going to try and hold the Hindustanis. It's 29 Mamluks for Hera. I don't know if the Vitality strat is good, but at least it's fun. Yeah, it's cool. I think... Oh my god! Liereyy just got nuked again. He's at 84 villagers, though, so he's just rebooming. Every single time Vivi runs in there, he kills like 20 vills. I mean, the Vitality strat is their most consistent strat, right? They have the best player in the world. They have the second best player in the world. And they have someone who's also like a top 10 player. And they let the second best and Hearttt distract, and they let Hera boom into carry. Every time Hera doesn't boom, Vitality runs into problems. Imperial Camel is in for Mr. Yo. This is kind of problematic, right? Kind of problematic for Hearttt. He's going to lose this castle. Vivi is still in Castle Age, but he's got 33 Erembi supporting these camels. And Lix is being a little pest over on this side, too. Castle goes down. Heartt's eco is exposed. He was getting economy from Hera before. Hera's got 72 on food. Can Hera be everywhere at once, though? That's the question. Liereyy is on the way to Imperial Age right now. He's trying to get back into this game. He's going to try and make some more camels to counter the imp camels. Love to see another castle over here from Yo, if possible. I would love to see Vivi go up to imp, if possible. Hera now losing some vills. Still got plenty behind that, though. The composition for LY is pretty tough to crack. Like, if you have Elite Erembi, Elite Camel Archer, and Imp Camel, that's a pretty tough comp to beat. You might be able to beat it with Elite Mamluk and Gajara Camel. And Byzantines backing it up. It's tough, though. Imperial Age coming in for Vivi, finally. They're trying to hold this hill. I don't know if they can. Those Mamluks are tough, man. Those Mamluks are tough. Vivi can't afford to lose all his Erembi. I think they need to back up. How's Lix doing over here? This kind of frees up Lix to get a ton of damage done. If he can. Right now he's making elite. He's making Camel Archers, and they are elite. But that means he's not producing Trebs at the moment, so he doesn't really have any siege to back this up. At some point, these players are going to need to start setting up trade as well. They'll need to start thinking about that. That's so many Mamluks for Hera. Oh my goodness. And he's going deep with them. He's underneath 2 castles, though. I know the Mamluks are tanky. I don't know if they're this tanky. Should have kept the units inside the castle, man. Another group of Mamluks kind of came in this way. Hera's going to pull them back. Lix is being a pest again. You can see Lierey's lost a lot of villagers this game. He's lost 79 villagers this game as Lix rolls forward with another castle. Hera's still just trying to defend over here. Imp camels at some point can make their way into the back here, and that would be very devastating for Vitality. If Yo feels like he has an opportunity to go forward, could be brutal. I don't like this from Lix. I don't know about this. He's found himself a nice little spot to sit, though. Just snipe the Mamluks, and then you can deal with the camels after that. Skirm's coming over. The whole team is over here to try and deal with Lix. Frontier Guards now on the way for Liereyy. That'll give extra melee armor to his camels. Bomber cannons now being mixed in from Hearttt. Just trying to push from the safety of this hill. And Elite Erembai is now in for Vivi. So we've got the full imp comps here. Hera once again running under castles. He believes in the HP of the Mamluks. 120 HP, very tanky units. He has 67 of them, so he can afford to give up a few of them to get some momentum. Raids in the back here from Lix. Another defensive castle from Hera. Another push attempted up through the middle, and the Erembai are here. Oh, these Erembai are going to fry. Oh, these Erembai are going to cook on this side. You better watch out if you're Hearttt. All of those skirmishers are going to melt like butter in a microwave. And the Imp Camels will push this back. Such a difficult composition to overcome. And Hera's on damage control again. Vivi just has to be careful not to get too aggressive with this push here. Can't afford to lose this Erembai again. And they'll back up. Good job from Hera coming over. Damage control for the squad. But that means that Lix has an opportunity to push. It's like the same script over and over and over again. Every time Lix pushes over here, the whole team collapses on him, right? And then that frees up Yo and Vivi to push over here. And you can see Vivi's has the comfort levels to go for this castle now and start pushing hard again. Eco is way ahead for LY. And it's going to get further ahead as Hearttt gets denied off of this castle. Vivi's castle's up. Hera doesn't feel comfortable pushing in, and the Imp Camels are there too, waiting in the wings. Oh my goodness. Heartt's down to 63 villagers again. And can Liereyy defend alone against the push from Lix? I don't think he can. Lix is getting both shafts right now. And he's also giving the shaft on this side. Hera is trying to do everything he can with Mamluks. They set him up. They enabled him to go into this. They took damage while they waited for the Mamluks to come out. It looked really, really good initially. But LY just managed to hold those extra couple minutes. Get to Imp. Go for Docks. Ooh, Docks might be a play. And now Hera's a little bit desperate. He's going to come in from this side. Walls coming in from Mr. Yo. He's trying to respond to the Siege Workshop walls. The Mamluks are tough. They can break through the walls quite quickly. I think they can break through this gate really fast. Yo will have to go for another one behind that. Go for something behind it. Walls, 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 walls! He does it! Dad Leisure, thank you for the 18 months, bro. Still, the Mamluks are so difficult to take out, but at least they've kept them away from the trade. Caravanserai's already set up from Yo as well. Yeah, these two teams are just a different level from the show matches we've seen thus far. LY takes game number 2. Such a nice recovery there from Yo. I still have problems with that initial castle from Lix, but at the end of the day, it worked out. I think Vivi played a pretty solid game with the Erembai. Lix had a really strong Imperial Age over here, distracting the whole team. I'm not certain about the strategy from Vitality, with just Hera not doing much until he gets into the Mamluks, but I mean, it almost works, so who knows? Who knows? Just fun to watch. Liereyy also needs to work on his villager wars. Liereyy got dusted. Liereyy got absolutely dusted with the villager war, man. I know Lix is Berbers, and he has the advantage on the speed, but still, dude. He got destroyed. Look at the eco for Hera. Oh my goodness. 100k. But the economies for Liereyy and Hearttt were not so good. Pretty cool, though. All right. So, LY up 2-1. This is valuable experience on these maps for both teams. Byzantines loss, Saracens loss, and Gajara's loss. Gajara's was one of the random civilizations. I guess there's only one civ missing out here, though, which is Burgundian, or Bulgarians. And then we have a win for the Hindustanis, a win for the Berbers, and a win for the Burmese. Cool. Okay, so we wait for game 4. Thank you for being here, everyone. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you. They randomed into civs. I mean, it doesn't really matter, right? Because there was only, at this point, there was only 4 civs remaining. So they could have gotten Bulgarians. And all these civs are like bottom tier. Thanks for the cast. No problem. Thanks for being here. Forever and ever. Okay, so game 4 will be Crescent. I think Crescent? Crescent's the one where you have like the little pond in the center, and then you have the ring of water on the outside, and you can't access the center from the outside. And there's fish on both, and then there's like little connectors on both sides on the land. Croissant? No, not croissant. Does anyone else, when they're ordering a croissant from a place, order it in the most French accent possible? Hello? I would like 1 croissant. Like very aggressively? No? Oh. Red Rush! Let's go, brother! Hell yeah. Thank you for the 20 gifted, bro. 35% discount, by the way. So Red Rush is essentially making money right now. Gifting subs. Huge. If you got gifted a sub at Red Rush or Poro earlier, make sure you thank the gifter. Very generous people. Very nice people. I'm not sure about that Poro guy, though. He does watch Powa a lot. So... They have Black Forest. They're playing Black Forest. Okay, so okay, so guys, these are two teams that like have Black Forest experience, have played it in the past, but are not necessarily Rage Forest guys. Like Yo plays Rage Forest occasionally. Liereyy and Hearttt were initially Black Forest players that turned into standard players. But it's been a while for them. And LY is not super impressive either. We are not going to see standard Black Forest meta. At least I don't think so. Dave, can you please consider streaming on YouTube as well? I have premium there. I have considered it. What I'm getting is that this will be the most meta game of all time. No, Lix is in the lobby. It will not be the most meta game of all time. It really depends on... It really depends on how the map is set up. Like, what sort of corridors they have. YouTube streaming nukes your algo? No, I don't really care about the algorithm on YouTube, dude. I don't do enough YouTube to care about the algorithm. The thing I care about is, like, I don't really have any mods over there. I don't really know how it works. I don't want to have a chat open where I'm not like actively responding to the chat or whatever. So there's just a lot of things that I'm not really comfortable with. And I only have 2 monitors as well. So like trying to monitor that would be a nightmare. Okay. Black Forest, game number 4. And we are going to have interesting setups here in this 3v3. The pocket players are in the super pocket, and they both have a pond. And then we have both flank players over here with a pond. Vivi playing as the Turks. Liereyy playing as the Bohemians over on the flank. As Liereyy comes forward, and he is going to build the wall right away with 2 villagers. Vivi's just kind of chilling. Maybe planning on going for some feudal aggression. Just letting this wall happen. On the other side, we have Hearttt coming forward with 2 vills, and he has chosen to villager war Lix. And he runs into the crocodile right away, and Hearttt is probably going to lose this villager because of it. Hearttt is already so mad, dude. Bro! Bro, why is there a crocodile? Bro! Oh my god. I mean, this is what you get when you come forward to Vill War Lix. So far forward. Yo is being super annoying with the scout. Yo kills a second villager from Hearttt. Hearttt is playing as the Celts. Lix is playing as the Goths. And then finally in the pocket position, we have Sicilians for Yo. And we have Teutons for Hera. And Lix has already killed 2 villagers. Like, he should be pretty content to just force as much idle time as possible and just wall right here. He's sending more vills forward. Is this really necessary, Lix? Apparently he thinks it is. It is 7 villagers for Hearttt at the moment. Burp. 7 vills. Oh no. 45 seconds of idle TC time for Lix as well. 39 for Hearttt. And Hearttt has set up the lumber camp forward. Oh boy. Oh really, oh boy. As Mem would say. Over on this side, Liereyy did sneak in with a villager, but Yo and Hearttt are on the case. Oh, did they see these run? They didn't. Lierey's in. And I think Lierey's going to wall this off and then make a beeline straight for the pond from Mr. Yo. They're busy with this one over here. He's got multiple sneak villagers. And the crocodile clears that one up. Yo gets his second villager kill with this scout. They still don't know about this vill over here. They have no idea. Lix and Hearttt just calmly chopping next to each other. Heartt's at 11 villagers right now. Heartt's eco is not looking peachy. And Hera is just docking. And once again, Hera does not have to do anything early for his team, right? His scout is full HP. He's just going to push the, he's going to be farm simulator, basically. Eco simulator. He's going to push the deer in for his boys. And I'm sure he's already pushed his own. Nope, they're back here. Does Hera know how to fish boom? I'm sure he'll figure it out. He's a pretty good player after all. Well, the thing about crocodiles is they have the charge attack initially. So if Liereyy runs this way, he's probably going to run right into that. Still has that sneak villager, though. At this point, what do you do with it? I feel like the dock would be the best use of it, but... Yo won't be able to see that. How many extra rhinos does Hera have? None. Hera's got none. There's some over here he can take pretty far away. As Liereyy now comes in with this villager. Yo might actually come back for that boar at some point and discover this. Yo is desperately trying to not lose a villager at the moment. And he will come back for those rhinos, but Liereyy has already snuck around. Yo will be very confused when he sees a dock here. If he sees a dock. Yeah, Lix is going for an early push. He's gone for the gate through the diagonal wall. He's making militia. He's attacking with more villagers. And the purpose of this is to prevent a full rewall. This is a BF trick. Similar to what ACCM did through the diagonal gate against Hera in the Brazilian Dynasty. This is very well known. Hearttt might be a little bit frustrated by this, but it's legal. And Liereyy did run into the crocodile, and now he's going for the dock. This is the most value it feels like he can get from this sneak fill. Once again, Mr. Yo really struggling to bring these in. Like, that should be an easy lure for a player of his caliber. To bring all three of them in, and he's gotten one twice. And almost lost the villagers as Lix now pushes in. Hearttt is still in the Dark Age. Hearttt added in a dock? No, dude. Oh, no. Against Lix? What did he think was going to happen? Lix was just going to let him exist over here? Still no vision on that, by the way. Oh, Lix is going to have to run away. Hearttt strikes back. Hearttt strikes back. 2 villagers killed. Lix has to find a woodline or something. He is causing idle time. He is getting potentially a forward wall in here. As Yo will now discover the docks. Double dock from Liereyy. And it was a stable from Yo. So Yo wants to go knights to support Lix, potentially. Because Lix is in. Hera's still just booming behind with the Teutons. We do have some fishing ships from Vivi over on this side as well. Liereyy does not have a fish boom going on. Right now, all of the focus is on Hearttt. Hearttt is tilted? Heartt's always tilted. I mean, fish boom going on for Liereyy. I guess he'll get himself a pawn in which he can fish boom. He's going to try and balance out that advantage from Vivi. It was a big investment there from Liereyy, though. He's already going on to stone. Heartt's still being pressured over on this side, and Hearttt needs to repair against the men-at-arms, and he gets a villager there just in time. He's not going to be able to repair here for very long, though, because the tower is going up behind. Hera's scout finally gets activated against some military. As the tower goes up, Hera snipes it and then leaves. Yo also coming over here with a scout. These are new scouts that he's making from this stable. He's actually getting the light cav upgrade too. He's also coming over here with a siege workshop. So I mean, Lix has opened Hearttt space up like a tin can. And now Yo is the spoon. And he's going to stir it up. And now Hearttt has to try and defend. But it's still Goth men-at-arms. He's still got 6 villagers in the TC idle. And there's a castle coming up from Vivi on the forward wall over here against Liereyy. Hera will be adding town centers behind. And Hearttt is losing track of all these different areas. The men-at-arms are in here. He's losing villagers on the wood line. He's not going to be able to save that. Light cab now coming back across here. Hearttt is sitting at 28 villagers. So he saves some of them. But his base, completely dead. And Hera doesn't really have anything to help at the moment. Hera's probably telling Hearttt, all right, I need you to stall for as long as you possibly can. And it's probably just going to be stone walls, palisade walls, and whatever as Hera booms up. Second TC now coming up for Mr. Yo. Vivi's slowly trying to break his way through here. Castle Age finally in for Liereyy. Heartt still trying to fish boom back here, and he goes for another TC. Because his first one is dead. And there are the stone walls. Delay, delay, delay. Hera has the best eco in the game. Again. They're going to try and delay for him. This is nice for Mr. Yo. Killing that villager such a weight off of his mind. And monks are probably the correct play against this, right? He gets the Hulk, runs away with the monk. Force Liereyy to invest a little bit more here. You can come back with that monk later once the faith gets restored. Should be fine. All right, Liereyy goes double monastery on this side. Lix has enough resources now to click up to the Castle H. Wouldn't mind seeing him just boom. His Celt counterpart is dead. And Goth's boom is still quite nice if you can get it rolling. I think they just need to delay as long as they possibly can, right? Like Hera is going to push out. Hera will be faster to the imp comp than any player on LY. I think they'll recognize that because he hasn't really done anything early. It's just all about slowing him down as much as you possibly can. Liereyy loses one monk. Gets 2 conversions, though. Still, Janissary is pushing in. Nice job from Vivi. Can Vivi actually hit with a bullet? Oh my god, Stormtrooper aim. There we go. Vivi is in. Concerns for Liereyy. And Liereyy, distracted by that, gets 2 ships converted over here. So he doesn't even really have a fish boom, right? He was thinking about it for a while. But he doesn't have one yet. He's also going for a TC over here. Really hoping that Vivi doesn't go that way with the Janissaries. And he is going to come in towards the gold. Will Liereyy get this TC up in time? Feels like he will. Might lose a couple villagers along the way, though. There's one. There's one. Vivi? Vivi losing another Janissary. Liereyy losing his fish on this side. And he invested into fish traps too, so that's kind of brutal for him. Castle Age is on the way for Hearttt. That's right, folks. But now his fishing eco is being... Oh my god, poor Hearttt. Oh no, make it stop, dude. Did they mod this Black Forest map so you can't garrison the fish? They must have. That's sick. They modded the Rage Forest one so that you can't garrison the fish, and I'm glad that they did it for this one. Either that or Heartt's just being dumb. Yeah, Lix is super booming. It's gonna go 5 TC. That's probably the correct play. Give up all of this area. Try and delay as long as you can. Right? Because you know Hera's going to push back. He might kill one of you. But at least you'll have 2 boomed players to deal with him later. Freaking Janissaries can't hit anything, bro. And now Lierey's got a bigger Janissary army soon than Vivi will have. Castle Age is in for Hearttt. Sick. What was... Can we go back and study that shot? Did anyone else see this? Watch this shot. Oh, never mind. I thought it deflected. It was this guy shooting at the same time as this guy. And then they came in and they like cross pass. And I thought that it hit and then it didn't. Cool. Yeah, if Yo's light cav were over here, I think Liereyy would have had a lot of problems. Hera's on the way to imp now. 40 fishing ships. Good fish boom. 4 TC boom back here. It is once again a Hera waiting room. Will LY have enough? I mean, Vivi's fish boom is not great, right? Yo got denied his fish boom as well by Liereyy. It was a good job from Liereyy. Why not cheaper farms with Teutons? Because it's still better. Even with cheaper farms, even with Khmer, it is still better to go for fishing ships. It's like having 4 extra town centers. You can see it in the eco count, right? Like, it's crazy. Aren't Teutons better than Sicilians here? They should be, yeah. I do like Celts a lot here, if Hearttt can get back into the game as well. Celts will be very, very nice. Celts, Bohemians, Teutons is a crazy Civ lineup. Paladin may be the correct play, but it doesn't make it right. What do you want him to go into? Paladin is 100% the unit he should go into. He's also going into Onager to help cut. Elite Teutonic Knight? No, bro. Right, Imperial Age on the way from Vivi and from Mr. Yo. Imp also on the way for Liereyy. It will have access to bomber cannons at the same time. I personally prefer Turks in the matchup between Turks Bohemians. The extra range in the hands of a pro player is much better. Well, not much better, but matches up better against the Hoofnitsa. Unfortunately, Vivi will have to deal with this from Hera. And Yo is not over here. Yo is over here. If Yo can push in here and kill Hera's eco, and Vivi just delays and dies slow, he should be okay. There's also Lix, who has 103 vills with the Goss. And if there's an open way into Hera's base, the Goss will flood. The Goss will destroy. Boom. Boom. Denied entry for the time being. The Onagers are coming up from behind, though. Hera's still chopping his way in. They have full vision on this. Halberdier on the way for Mr. Yo. Hera's eco is insane. Another castle coming in for Vivi. Hera's just going to chop his way all the way to Mr. Yo's base at this rate. And once he gets in, these Paladin will just run past the castle. More houses. That probably won't stop him. Halberdiers are here, though. Perfect timing from Yo with the Halberdier attack. Lix is now signaling this, saying, let's go in. I'm going to send villagers forward. It's probably going to go for a castle forward on this. Hearttt is trying to get back into the game, and I think Hera wants to sling Hearttt. He wants the Celts to be part of this. If they can get the Celts up and running to negate the Goss, then I think Vitality is a good shot of winning this game. I just don't know if they have enough time. Like, Hearttt deletes the wall to go for the mining camp. Bro, there's way more here than you think. Riffle, thank you for the 56 months, dude. Welcome back. Yeah, Hera just keeps cutting through, man. He's just gonna keep cutting through all the way to Yo's base. Gotta watch out. Those Onagers can get some really good shots against the Halbs. Donjon now coming in from Mr. Yo. There's a shot from the Onagers. There's another shot from the Onagers. The Halbs are gone. Another good one against the Janissaries. Can Vivi clear the final Onager? If he can, then Hera can't cut anymore, and they can just wall this off until more Onagers get there, of course. Imperial Age is in for Lix. Perfusion is coming in. Halberdier is coming in. If you're concerned about the army numbers from Lix and where they are, he will rectify that quite quickly once Perfusion is in. Bombard Cannon is also pushing out here from Liereyy with Hufnitsa only 17 seconds away. So very strong push coming from Liereyy. It's just whether they can stop this. Hearttt is now on the way to Imperial Age. The Goss will begin to spam. Hera is retreating here. The cut distracted. Did it buy them enough time, though? That's the question. Lix absolutely shitting out units now. Hearttt is walling behind. There has got some hand cannons here. Can Vivi hold against this? Kind of feels like Vitality are kind of turning this around, right? After Hearttt got wiped initially. Goths just aren't a great civ if you're fighting in these choke points. And they need to push in before Hearttt gets into the game. It's still kind of a 3v2, but they need to do damage before Hearttt gets activated. Halberdiers are here, potentially helping the Bombard Cannons against the Paladin. Hera's still trying to go for those. It's a lot of Hufnitsa from Liereyy. Nice shots from the Bombard Cannon. Huge shots from Lix. If he can drive these hand cannons away, the Halbs will just flood in. You can see Hearttt desperately trying to wall still. This is all the fishing eco from Hera here. It's a lot of eco to potentially go down. Ram's now pushing in from behind for Mr. Yo. Mr. Yo also supporting on this side, but Vivi is losing castles. Can he get some good shots against Hufnitsa? He gets one. Artillery is in. Imperial Age comes in for Hearttt. Hera just trying to take out these Bombard Cannons. He's losing a lot of Paladin. Hera has 8 Paladin. He has 8 military on the field right now. No gold. And this always happens with the Paladin player, and that's the two-handed swordsman barracks for Hearttt. Oh, it just gets worse and worse and worse for the kid. Can Vivi hold over here? Lierey's going to be the one that needs to push. Because Hera is in trouble. Elite Huskarl is now coming in. Castle is up. Still struggling over here, Vivi. Doesn't really have the Bombard Cannons, right? He's got one. He's got one Bombard Cannon. He needs help from Mr. Yo. He is... Vivi? Dude, if Vivi could get a castle right here, oh my god. Where are we go? He doesn't realize that these vills are here. He has no idea these vills are here. They are pathing all the way around. I think they were trying to build something else, and they were going all the way around the map. Hera must be so confused at the moment. Bombard Tower is now coming in for Vivi. The push is still happening over here. Let's take a look at Hera's eco. He's down to 110. Hera still has 9 military on the map. The Paladin push did not work. It's now all on Liereyy. More donjons coming up. Bombard Cannon's trying to take care of that, and Hera's base is just completely cooked. Liereyy can't push fast enough. And we have a 3-1 for LY. Lotsa, thank you for the 11 months. Appreciate it. Really good series so far. Hearttt just kind of collapsed, right? The strategy was clear from the start. Hera just wanted to boom. And then if necessary, he can sling his allies. But Hearttt sending the villagers so far forward with no loom was really ambitious. And ever since that point, he just got completely destroyed. I don't know what Vivi was trying to build. I think he had like the villagers here and like the gate was locked or something for Mr. Yo. I did check that later, but I don't know. Mining camp and Heartt's old base. Oh my god. Wait. So Vivi must have thought this was closed. I think Vivi thought this was closed. And he thought his vills would go all the way through his own base and Lix's base to get there. Yeah, Vivi had the extra range on the bomber cannons, yeah. He had artillery. All right. So, you can see Lix actually positive KD with Goss. That's insane. Hera had the best eco. He sent a bit of res, but as always with the Paladin player, you have that initial burst of Paladin. And then you have to kind of settle back and get your trade rolling so you can afford more once they die. And unfortunately, Hera just was in a position where he needed to absolutely steamroll in that first wave. LY did good stopping it. We won. LY, one of the favored teams coming into this tournament. Vitality definitely the favorite, I think, from most people. And they're down at the moment. Bohemians lose, Teutons lose, and was it Celts? That's right, Celts lose. On the other side, we had late picks. Turks win, Sicilians win, Goths win. So bottom of the barrel picks for LY. Dang. Is it best of 7? It is best of 7, yes. Yo is #1 team pocket player. I still think Hera might be the #1 team pocket player. I mean, he just carries them in so many games. And that seems to be their entire strategy for team approach, right? And they still win. Mayans are the best, most OP civ in the game that can beat anyone. Thanks, Hoyo. Do not at me. Thanks, brother. All right, let's make sure there's no ads coming up here.
This is a best of 7. But, life is a best of 1. And there are no admin rees. Therefore, ask you that hottie on a date. Ask that goth if she wants to see the Odyssey with you. Ask that hot hunk next door, Hoyo, if he wants to rub
if he wants to rub sunscreen on you. Thank you, Fenris, for the info and the advice. Appreciate it. Is there an upcoming team game tournament? Yes, there is a 3v3 tournament that has already kicked off the qualifiers. It's ongoing right now, actually. Tato, Vinch, and Lewis are fighting Barney, Lighty, and Erastus in one of the qualifiers. They're already up 1-0. Cape of Storms is going to be the next match. Anyone else getting Rogaine ads during Dave's streams or just me? I mean, you should be getting Razor ads on my stream, you know? Not Rogaine. We've already given up on that. Okay.
Iaruma heard Hoya wants someone to rub the lotion all over him. I volunteer. Smile.
All right, thank you for the $10, Jan the lotion rubber. Some very disturbing messages coming in today. Dave, what's your favorite Civ and team game? I don't really have one. I think my best win rate is Bohemians. I don't think I've lost with them in a team game. Last time I looked at the Civ stats on my account.
You should have heard your mom last night. She sounded
Feed the Ox, thank you for the 40 months, bro. Welcome back. With the Prime! I don't know why I said it like that. Kind of cringe, to be honest. Shouldn't Vitality be super favorites with Liereyy, Hera, Hearttt? They are favorites. I don't think they're super favorites. All right. Next game, please. Cape of Storms, a very interesting map here for game number 5. LY up 3-1. It is a best of 7, though, so Vitality could potentially take the next 3. We are going to have Liereyy on the flank with Japanese. This is Cape of Storms. There are hills on the water, supposed to simulate waves. You do get the hill bonus before you ask. There's also plenty of fish here, and Liereyy will dock and contest water. On the other side, we have Lix playing as Armenians, so he will dock and contest water most likely as well. Then in the pocket, we have Vivi playing as the Georgians. He will probably play scouts. Hera playing as the Persians. He will probably fish boom and go fast castle, because that seems to be Vitality's strategy in these 3v3s. And then we have Hearttt playing as the Malians up in the north, and he's going to be matching up against Yo playing as the Georgians. Do you collect res faster downhill? No. No, you don't. So it's an interesting map because, like, there's 2 players here that don't have the opportunity really to fish boom. It's a very long walk for them to get there. So it's like land approach here. Then you have the pockets, which should probably be playing into some sort of land army. And then you have the flank, which have to make a decision, right? Do you go full water? Or do you do a mix of, like, some fish and then some land army on this side? I don't know if Lix wants to just play full galleys against Liereyy. I mean, he does have Armenians, so it should theoretically be better, but... The thing is, if they watched what Hera did against Wonders in the show match, you will already have an inkling of, like, what Hera intends to do here with Persians. He will probably just make a bunch of fish and then soak as much damage as he can and try and have like 15 fish alive and go to Castle Age and then make knights. I think in the show match against Wonders, he had like 18 fish or something, and he lost 6 villagers to scouts, and it didn't even matter. Who's paying for this show match? It might be Vitality and the LY sponsor, potentially. Could be like mix of Yo and Hera as well. All right, Vivi's going up. Lix is going up. Yo is playing Fast Castle. Whoa. Fast Castle in this position. Okay. Daniela confirmed it is the LY Chinese sponsor. Okay. Men at Arms going to be coming in for Hearttt. Good walls already for Mr. Yo. He weakened the scout from Hearttt before Hearttt gets to the feudal age. And Hearttt will be pushing in over here. Fat Teddy, thank you for the gifted sub, bro. Appreciate it. Hera is not super committing to the fish this time around. So he's only going to have 5 fishing ships at the moment. I think the last time we saw him play this map, he already had like 10 fish by this time. So he'll just be going up to feudal, and he'll be making some scouts. Nice. Maybe that's an adaptation from him. Maybe initially intended to go for the boom, but then they figured out that Yo was going to go Fast Castle. And they want to try something different. I don't know. Double dock here for Lix. Might be thinking about a third one over here. He is going into Hulks right away. Liereyy is going to be making Hulk from 1 dock. And Liereyy is adding archer range. So complete strategy switch up here. Hera's not going to fish boom behind. Lierey's not going to just full commit onto protecting his fish. Liereyy instead will go for the archer range, and Vivi will see the spearman. He's probably also going to see the archer range, and he might be able to snag those sheep, but he doesn't go underneath. Doesn't see him. So now Lix is put on notice as Liereyy takes all of the fucking sheep from Lix. Lix says, "Get my sheep back! Help!" All right, what Lix needs to do is go directly to Hera's fish. I think that's what he's trying to do. Feudal Age comes in for Yo. Archer range, blacksmith, he will play into either grenadiers or cav archers. Cav archers could get some good damage in. And we see galleys from Lix. Nice. Sick. Takes out one of the fish from Hera already. Hera did add that second dock. But he's also adding scouts. Liereyy is in with the initial archers. Lix is busy on the water. Hera's also here with the scouts. Vivi is building up his scouts behind, though. So Vivi might have a force that can help out over here. The mule cart is definitely going to help Lix out. He can go to a different woodline or take the straggler trees with multiple villagers if he wants to. And Yo is up to Castle Age. Oh, Liereyy. Uncharacteristic. Losing the scout to the TC. You can see Hearttt moving over in this direction too. Vivi already has a tower there. So he should be fairly secure. And now Liereyy is potentially losing his fish as well. And Hera's still got to be careful. He's made a Hulk in defense, as he has 9 fishing chips. Will Yo have enough food to make the grenadiers? He doesn't have a market. It feels like the answer is no. Nice job from Hearttt coming over here, sniping the villager. We're still looking for damage against Vivi. Poor Vivi. He's got 3 dudes on him now. He can add extra fish, though. You can see he's got 11 fishing ships because Liereyy is very distracted with this, right? Lierey's just now coming over with some Hulks. So Vivi's going to need to notice that. It is Cav Archer production. Okay, that makes more sense than the Grenadiers. He just doesn't have the eco to make Grenadiers. It's full on CA for Mr. Yo. On this map, it may look walled in the center, but he can actually run straight through, and I wouldn't mind Mr. Yo showing up at Hera's base first, as Hera is also on the way to the Castle Age. Vivi is busy with other things. 5 exposed villagers inside this tower. They need to run. He didn't notice those Hulks coming past. I don't know if he's going to notice them here. Does immediately. Sick. Or no, the fish just ran out. Liereyy thinks he noticed. He didn't notice. Opportunities for Mr. Yo if he gets in there. Still no fletching for him, right? So it's a fast castle. He gets the Cav Archer numbers out, but he doesn't have the food eco to go for fletching or bodkin. Nice wall up there from Hera. Traps the scout from Vivi. And a good wall off there as well. Great reactions from Hera. Stops the scouts in their tracks. Lick's still being attacked over here. Vivi losing a bunch of his fishing ships as well. As Lix comes over to try and help, he's still trying to clear up the fish from Hera. Hera's still trying to track these scouts as well, as Yo finally shows up with some of his Cav Archers. Fletching now on the way. Yo has not had an impact in this game at all so far. The fast castle did not do what he thought it was going to do, what he hoped it was going to do. He's not gotten any damage at all. They still have the superior fishing eco, though. A lot of idle time for Hera and for Liereyy with these fish. And Vivi is still fishing back here. So there's one advantage, I guess. What is the KD looking like? Eco KD, Hera's lost 8. A lot of those were fishing ships. Liereyy has killed 7. A lot of those were also fishing ships. And some villagers along the way. Hearttt has killed 4. He's lost 1. Yo has lost nothing. He's only killed 1 villager with this fast castle, though. CA mass is getting decent, however. Lix has killed 9. I think all of those were fishing ships. And Vivi has lost 10 villagers, or 10 eco. A lot of those were fish as well. Let's see if Yo gets the damage she's looking for. 1 villager. Not bad. Not good, though. Right? This is better. Idling the gold over here. Forcing the units from Hera to come back and deal with these Cav Archers is very frustrating position here for Hera. Church and Cav Archers do attack faster. I think is it 20% or is it 25? 25. More villagers going down for Hera. He's got Persian TCs, though he should be able to produce quite well. Doesn't have any fishing ships left anymore, though, so you can see how much he needs to invest in the farms. Try and keep his eco running as now the crossbows come in from Hearttt. And they're going to be able to clear up the Cav Archers. Good teamwork there from Vitality. Hearttt comes in and clears up that raid. Lierey's still trying to push. So Lierey's still making Hulks. He's in Castle Age. He has the crossbow tech as well. He's going to be able to do damage. And his Hulks are still threatening the fish from Vivi. So nice job from Liereyy not to get cleared up on water. And to still be a threat and prevent a full fish boom from LY. I'm just wondering, can Yo find more damage than this? Crossbow's still tracking him. Hera gonna lose more villagers. It'd be worth it, though, if this Cav Archer army goes down. If Heartt's able to clear this, Hera's not able to quick wall that. He loses another villager, down to 45 villagers now. He's trying to quick wall this as well. He loses another vill. He's going to lose the knight. The crossbows are slow. Mr. Yo finally finding the damage he was looking for. He's killed 11 villagers. Meanwhile, Liereyy comes over here. He has the warship upgrade. He is going to push Vivi off of the fish. Lix is killing some of his remaining fishing ships. And now Liereyy is losing some vills. So we were waiting for this from Mr. Yo. He's found the damage he was looking for. Is it enough? Because Liereyy is also finding villager kills. And Vivi has lost a lot as well. Fast ballistics for Malians was super nice for Hearttt. You got that so quickly. Cleared up that initial thing of cav archers. And Hera's still in a good position economically. Vivi still needs to be careful with his fish. And there's not a ton of fish left over. Well, I guess there's a decent amount. So he'll keep going with that. How many knights does Vivi have? 4? No +2 armor yet. In a brutal situation. Liereyy just going in through the 2 towers. The mule cart is blocking from Lix. And it's a line of death for the crossbows, but also some deaths on the villagers too. Crossbow count is basically gone from Liereyy. He's making a switch now into cav archers with the Japanese. So he kind of wanted those crossbows to die. Because it wasn't going to be his primary army anymore. It was still only on 1 TC, by the way. Hera's still trying to reboom back into the game. Not reboom, but recover from his earlier losses. He's lost 24 eco. Doesn't really have any army count. When he decides he wants army, though, he's going to be able to produce quite heavily. And now Vivi is in. I think he's going for Hera's base, potentially. Liereyy looking for damage. He's going through the woodline. He might be able to get into Mr. Yo's base. I think there's some gaps in here. Mr. Yo might be in trouble. He didn't notice this TC from Vivi, though. +2 armor is not yet in for these knights, but the cav archers and the knights should be able to take out the crossbows. And they clear them up easily. Hera is now producing knights again. 61 villagers for him. Liereyy is over here as well. Cav archers do come back this way, and they are going to be able to deny this TC from Vivi. Good job from Liereyy spotting that. Lix will go for another TC and another TC. They've done some good damage against Hera. He's lost 29 eco. And Yo will finally go for a second town center. Yo has the +2 armor. He's got bloodlines. He's got ballistics. Like, these cav archers are very dangerous. Hearttt needs to be extremely careful. I don't think if 10 crossbows can kill 10 cav archers. Without the help of that tower. Yeah. Hearttt needs to be careful about that one. He's retreating. And the knights are in, man. The synergy here is crazy. Vitality has just kept most of their army at home defending. LY just keeps coming in over and over and over again. And then while this is happening, I mean, Lierey's been distracted. Lix has cleared up the water. Lix has 8 fishing ships. Vivi still has the 10 fishing ships from before. This is a big raid, though, potentially from Liereyy. He is going to find 13 villagers here from Mr. Yo. And Yo notices. He's pulling him away. It's a lot of villager deaths, though. That's a lot of pain for Mr. Yo as Hera clears up the cav archers with the help of Liereyy in his base. Yo went from 53 vills to 44. You can tell LY play together a lot more. Yeah. LY also prioritize army a lot more. At least, like, well, it's not necessarily correct. Vitality has 2 players that prioritize army. They're basically, like, most games, they're just a Hera waiting room. And Hera is getting to the point now where he can steamroll. Close to that point anyway. 88 villagers. Insane eco for Hera. They have a lot more years of experience. I disagree with that. Hera, Liereyy, and Hearttt have been playing together for like... Fuck. How long now? 7, 8 years? Good job. Hera tried to quick wall that in. Didn't work out. Liereyy is there, though, to support. There is also in the back with these Cav Archers. These Cav Archers have done a lot of work, man. 12 villager kills just on those units. Lix will try and wall these off. Yo's still trying to clear them up, and they will chase them away. Imperial Age is on the way from Hera, though. More raids coming in for Vivi. He's killed 23 eco. Liereyy has killed 27. Liereyy has done quite well. Imperial Age on the way for Lix. Lix will be teching into crossbow. Shouldn't be that good against 31 Japanese Cav Archers, though. He can go into Arbalist. It's missing Thumb Ring. Yeah, Leary's just going to dive on those. And even if the Knights engage against this, Liereyy will just cook those Knights. You just have to wait for more crossbows. Wait for Bracer to come in. It's 14 seconds away for Lix. Meanwhile, Hearttt pushing over here as well. Mr. Yo, 64 villagers. Hearttt, 84 villagers. And Hera is starting to produce. He's got more stables coming up. He's going to go into Savar. I think he should have the eco to go into Savar. Yeah, it's really close. But it should be in soon. Cavalier and the armor. 44 on food. Hera should be able to afford that. And then Savar is going to be such a brutal situation against these Arbalists. And with Japanese Cav Archers to back it up, feels like Lix will just get full wiped. And I don't know what Vivi can do to support it. I really don't. Still more damage from Yo. Still potentially more damage in the back here from Vivi. But the problem is, Lix is just going to get steamrolled. He needs help. But then there's the Cav Archers there from Liereyy. I don't know. Feels like an impossible situation somewhat. Also, Hearttt is still attacking Yo. As Yo is like picking off one villager at a time. That's not what we need at the moment. Cav Archers coming over. They might be able to find some more villagers from Hera. It's a full-on push here for Lix. Pikeman is on the way. Hera's sitting at 130 villagers. With Savar coming in. Hearttt is also on the way to Imperial Age. Vivi is on the way to Imperial Age. Eco count, pretty far ahead overall for Vitality. I think they might be able to clear this army before Savar even kicks. Do they need to is the question. Liereyy will lose some villagers over here, but it's not the biggest loss in the world. Clearing this army should be priority number 1. You can see Hera going for this flank attack on the other side. Halb is still 36 seconds away. But Lix should see this and know, like, he's done. He's in such an exposed position over here now. Pikemen are in the queue, getting ready to take care of this, but Hera will clear up the numbers early. More Cav Archers coming in for Mr. Yo. Mr. Yo finds some good engagements here against Hearttt. He has full upgrades on these Cav Archers for the Jurchens. Missing Thumb Ring sucks. But still enough to push the army from Hearttt away, as Hera now gets kind of pushed away on this side. Liereyy gets to Imperial Age, still waiting for Savara to kick. And Savara is in, but it's at a bad time. The Halbs are there. The Knights are here. Should be able to clear that up, and the Arbalest army is still alive. Now the concern is Mr. Yo. Heartt's trying to go for a forward castle. Arbalest is on the way for him. Yo is still sitting in the castle age. Can Lix do enough? Can he stall long enough for Vivi to get involved with these Cavalier? I really don't know. There's not a lot of Arbalists anymore. There's only 30 of them. There's 49 Cav Archers for Liereyy. Does the castle go up from Hearttt? No. It's a stall from Mr. Yo. There is a guard tower here, but I don't know if that's enough. I don't know if it even ranges that. It feels like it should. It does. It's not enough, though. It's not enough, folks. Lix will go for a panic defensive castle. Imperial Age is on the way for Yo. Cavalier is finally in for Vivi. We have 32 Savar for Hera, though, and 7 stables producing behind it. Remember, Savar have 8 Pierce Armor. We don't know where Vivi is going, but it's not good. Vivi, once again, making mining camps in random places. It's a mule cart over here. Nice try from LY. They just couldn't do the damage that they needed. I think a very impressive game from Lix, all things considered. But Liereyy got a ton of damage, as we saw earlier, with the archers and the Cav Archers. He contested enough on water to distract them. Hearttt did a good job against Mr. Yo. A lot of damage coming in there. And then Hera, of course, surviving, thriving. And playing into the Savar. Since when does Yo play as flank? That's not a traditional flank position over there, right? Kind of like a pockety position. GG called. Vitality takes another game. 3-2. Lix wants to take one last fight. Boost his score a little bit and say that he carried the team. And there we are. Nice job from Vitality. Once again, the eco from Hera is really far ahead. It's the same strat every single game, guys. Except for the Fire Archer one, which they lost. It's the same thing every game. He just wants the boom. Same strat, different civs. Okay. So that was a win for Persians. Are you locked and loaded for later? No room for mistakes, right? Locked and loaded for what? Later. Okay. Oh, no room for mistakes was one of the voice lines from Zero Space. That's right. For the Protectorate. Win for the Malians and win for the Japanese. Loss for the Georgians. Loss for the Jurchens. And a loss for the Armenians. So low civ picks again for LY. We still have Arabia, which they were probably saved to the final map. And we have something else. Crescent. So we have Crescent and Arabia remaining. So Crescent's kind of like a water / infantry type of map. I would expect Vikings, Malay, and Romans maybe from Vitality. And then from LY, Bengalis, Burgundians, and what else? Magyars? No, you want to say Magyars for Arabia, right? What is this? Sus French. Nice emote there. Jan, if that is your real name. Yeah, I wonder what civs they'll go for here. Still loading up. What is your opinion of South Park's representation of Canadians? Deeply offensive, dude. Deeply. You don't have a mouse like that? Well, we may, but it shouldn't be portrayed like that, even if our mouths are like that. You know what I'm saying? Is this the perfect circle? It is, yes. A perfect circle. Good band. All right, so Crescent's the next game. I was right. They're saving Arabia till the final. What is your favorite South Park character? Well, it has to be Randy Marsh, but like they really jumped on in the later seasons, just making everything about Randy. He became like the main character of the show. It's crazy. Still good though. Professor Chaos is also great. I don't really love like Butters is funny, but Professor Chaos is just great. And General Disarray. Was that because Randy Marsh was like so much? Yeah. Everyone loves Randy Marsh. Tool or A Perfect Circle? Well, obviously Tool. But A Perfect Circle is also good. It's like the Perfect Circle is like Maynard's side chick. You know what I mean? I've never listened to Pussifer. Pussifer? I've never listened to them. How do you spell that? Husickfer? Okay, yep, that's Maynard, all right. For anyone on the VODs, we're listening to Pussifer. Nefta, thank you for the 33 months. I appreciate it.
When I pull a surprise visit, she was like, "Oh!"
Welcome back, bro. When's the drop coming here? Do you still think Disturbed Sound of Silence is the most overrated track? The most overrated track? No. I definitely think it's overrated. There isn't one? So we're just gonna chill with this. Okay, we're still waiting to get into the lobby, by the way. Well, they're in the lobby, but we're still waiting to watch the game. This sounds like a song that would play in the background of what's that cowboy show called with the ranch? Dutton Ranch is like the spin-off from it, but what's the first one called? It's like porn for middle-aged men. Yellowstone. Yeah. I mean, it's a cool song to listen to, not on stream though. What? All right, I'll listen to those guys. I'll listen to those guys off stream, I guess. If you listen to MF Doom, I don't mind MF Doom. Have any of you ever heard the I'm not going to play it here cuz it's pretty fucked up. But have any of you heard the remix of Billie Jean by Necro and Mr. Hyde? It's like a Michael Jackson diss track with to the beat of Billie Jean. Oh my god, dude. My buddy sent it to me the other day. Oh my god, it's brutal. I'm not going to play it here. It's too much, even for my stream. At least link it? Alright. Well, he sent it to me on my phone, so I gotta look it up. Oh my god. That's crazy, dude. If you're a Michael Jackson fan, I would advise not listening to that. Okay. So we are on Crescent. And what the fuck? This is a bugged map. This is bugged, is it not? Shouldn't they be connected on both sides? Is this the way it's scripted now? Anyway, you have fish in the center with whales as well. And then fish on the outside. Only one side connected. As intended. Okay. I just remember, I thought the last time it was both sides. Maybe I'm just... It would make sense with the map name being Crescent. It would make sense. I just thought for some reason that it wasn't. But whatever. We have Hearttt playing Romans. Vivi playing Bengalis. Over on this side, in the pocket, we have Hera playing as the Vikings, and he's going to dock the center. Mr. Yo will be playing as the Burgundians in the pocket, and then we will have Lix as the Ethiopians over here on the side. And it kind of seems to me like LY fucked up the positioning a little bit with their civs. Liereyy is playing Koreans, because I think they wanted Ethiopians over on this side, and then they wanted Bengalis playing water on the other one. But maybe I'm wrong. Regardless. Lix won't be able to land unless he makes a transport ship and comes across. And Vivi will have to contend with the pressure from Hearttt. And it's probably going to be a men-at-arms play from Hearttt. A lot of times it is on this map. Two players actually docking the center. Liereyy and Hera. Interesting. Nineville start? I think it is not a Nineville. No, this one is a Nineville start, yeah. Was the BF game a Nineville start? It felt like that one wasn't. Probably not, because Hearttt had 7 villagers 3 minutes in. So, I guess some of the maps are Nineville and some of them aren't. Water maps would make sense. Yeah, if BF was Nineville start, you just have insane villager wars from the get-go. Okay, so you can't wall over this rocky terrain, which means there's always a way in, which means The infantry plays are actually quite strong on the flanks. And you can see Vivi already walling himself up. That means that Yo will need to wall himself up too. Does have a very wallable base here, though. And Yo is fish booming on the outside. Well, I say fish booming. He only has 2 fish somehow. What happened to Mr. Yo's eco? That song's brutal. Yep. Yes, it is. Oh, I unplugged my headphones. Give me a second. I have to fix it. Don't make any weird sounds, game. Okay, we're back. Third dock for Hera. Still hasn't clicked up, so he's going to be making a ton of fish here. Second dock is already in, or going up right now from Mr. Yo. Does he have fishing lines yet? He does not have fishing lines yet. Scouts are also chasing each other. It looks like Yo and Vivi are on the case of Hearttt, who is indeed making men-at-arms, and he's going for an archer range forward in this little beach area. You cannot sail across this. This is pure land. Vivi is going fast Castle Ratha. Wow. And we'll see if he can keep the army away. He's still in Dark Age, so has to be a little bit careful with his scout, right? Hearttt could still win that 1v1. Lix is now signaling the archer range on this side, saying, hey man, might have some problems. Don't know if Vitality has spotted the dock locations. They just saw the dock location from Vivi. They're now looking for the docks potentially from Yo. And there's no dock there. Yo is on the outside. So if Liereyy wants to kill Yo's fish and deny the boom potentially, he's going to have to go through Lix, who is also making hulks and is also coming in towards the center area. But at the same time, if Lix wants to kill the fish from Hera and deny the fish boom, he's going to have to go through Liereyy. So they'll just meet right here. I'm really uncertain about the fish boom from Yo. It just seems so slow compared to Hera's. 15 fishing ships already for Hera. It's only 10 for Mr. Yo. It was really late to the docks as well. I don't know. I don't know what went on with Yo's early build, but something was a little bit scuffed. Maybe just because he had to walk further. Lix didn't have loom. Loses a Vil, and Hera's coming in here with this scout as well, and the weak Vil is still there, and you bet your ass that Hera knows that weak Vil is there. Men-at-Arms still pushing in. Archers as well. The tower is up from Vivi. And guess what? Hera came in and sniped that Vil. He definitely knew that that villager was there. Market now going up for Lix. He might try and click up to Castle Age soon. Hera's going to click up soon. Yo is already up. Vivi's up now. And Hera's fish boom is much better than Mr. Yo's. Yo doesn't have gill nets either, even though he can get it right now. Will this be enough from Hearttt is my question, right? If he walls up, the Ratha will just bypass him and go right to Hera. And Hera will have some problems. Because I think Hera's going to want to play water here with Vikings. He's going to want to control that middle area. Can Hearttt get up to Castle Age anytime soon? I think he can. I mean, he has 10 fishing ships on the outside. He's doing well there. The food is coming in nicely. Vivi might need to spend the first initial bit of Castle Age fending off this attack. Maybe the Ratha can be delayed from Heartt's perspective. There's not enough arrows from that dock to keep Liereyy honest here. Lierey's just going to go right past this with the galleys and the hulks. It's not enough from Lix. Lix will make some more hulks, some more fires from this dock right here, but Lierey's going to be past him. And Lix is just going to be chasing, and Liereyy will head directly for these fish from Mr. Yo. It's how much he can kill. How much damage can he do against Yo? Yo is going for double stable knights, so it's going to be knights and Ratha. And the archers are in from Hearttt. And the castle foundation is going to be in a really awkward spot for Vivi. Castle Age is in for Hera. And he will make more villagers. There we go. Medium warship upgrade on the way for Hera. So he's also going to support on water. He just took out the fish from Vivi. Nice job from Hera there. And Yo forced to go into some fire galleys to save his fish. But he missed the galleys on this side. I really like the eco from Hearttt. Adding in the extra fish. Taking advantage of the fact that Vivi wasn't playing water. Yo wasn't playing water. And he gets a decent Castle Age timing because of it. Lierey's also on the way to Castle Age too. Yeah, all of Lix's navy going back to deal with these is so brutal. He had the advantage to Castle Age, and now he can't even take advantage of that timing to come forward with that medium warships upgrade right away. Vivi's also just kind of really struggling with production for these Ratha. Because his eco got hit so hard by Hearttt earlier. I like the docks here from Lix, though. Did Hera spot those? He spotted one of them. And just passing, I guess. Lix should have never attacked this. I don't know what he was smoking. Why is he attacking that? Go past. Kill the fish. Weird. Lierey's still leading these fires around, and he's going to lead him eventually to Heartt's fish. So Hearttt has to be careful there. Siege Workshop now going up from Vivi forward. If Hearttt can kill this villager, he will stall out this push. He also manages to distract the units so his crossbow archer range does not go down. And now he's got spearmen out. So the army might need to retreat here from Vivi and Yo. Dang. Heartt's doing a really good job this game. And now Hera and Liereyy are just double stacking. Up against Lix's dock. Lix trying to get damage done with these fires in the center. Good micro there from Hera. Dodging around. He's still killing some of the fish from Liereyy, but it's not as many as he might like. Liereyy now signaling this, saying, bro, Hearttt, I led your enemy all the way over to your fish. Better do something about it. And he does have some hulks ready to defend. Liereyy could also go for turtle ships if he wanted to. Could be good. Alright, damage needs to be done on land for LY right now. They're behind on eco. They're behind on military. They're probably not going to control water here. They need damage on land. You can see Hera already prepping for that. He's got 3 TCs. He's got a university coming up. I think he's got enough longboats on the water to kind of defend their fish. Take map control. So his main focus can go back onto the land now. As Hearttt tries to add an extra town center. That goes up. Go push Yo and Vivi away. And now Yo is going to lose his fish. Cavalier upgrade coming in for Mr. Yo. Second armor upgrade coming in for him too. Hera's eco is just so far ahead though. I guess that's what it feels like. I guess Yo has 73 vills, but Hera's had handcart for the whole time. He had way more fishing ships early, and Yo's gonna lose a lot of these fish. All of these fish. Okay, Monk goes down from Hera. Cavalier being annoying, for sure. Just not enough damage. This is some damage. Good job from Lix. Hera just keeps adding more fish. as he's losing them. And Lix just keeps coming out with these sneaky fires and hulks. Killing more and more. The resources for Hera are looking really good. If he had a market, he could actually sell the wood and go up. Maybe for like chemistry, get cannon galleons on the field, start ranging everything. Maybe that's the play. Can Hearttt survive? We have Ratha. We have Cavalier. Lix is going to... Or sorry, Vivi's going to put a castle down. Double Mangonel comes out, though. Vivi! Thank you. Scorpion on the way in. It is not a Mangonel. And the Scorpion should go down, and the castle is going to go up in Heartt's face. The game is now paused. Hearttt has 16 fishing ships, by the way. A very, very solid eco behind that. He's got 3 TCs, so he can kind of afford to lose 1. And right now, he's just buying time for Hera. Hera is on the way to Imperial Age. Let's take a look at the eco KD. Liereyy has killed 20 eco. Most of them are fish. Probably all of them are fish. Lix has killed 9. Hera's only lost 7 fishing ships. Yo's lost 14. And Vivi's lost 7.
Onagoth, I was in the hospital for a while and couldn't catch streams, but it means a lot of me that I'm out, fairly healthy, and can Onagoth you at will once more.
I'm sorry to hear that, Lexi. Welcome back. Hope you're feeling better. More Onagoths coming. I don't know why the text-to-speech just can't say one goth. Why is it Onagoth? This is trouble for LY. They're cooked. They are absolutely cooked. They're 50 villagers behind. 50 eco behind, sorry. Even if Hearttt dies, it feels like Liereyy and Hera are in a position to carry. The only hope for LY is that they can force Hera to fight a land battle. But, I mean, he can range so much once he gets Elite Cannon Galleon. And he can kill all of their ecos here. Because there's no water control. Cooked. I see no reason posted for the pause. They didn't say anything in the game room that I can see. You're bored? Go back to TikTok, kitten. Chicken nuggies ready? Do not talk about food, guys. I will become hungry. And then I will start to eat chat. Is that a threat? No, it's a fact. Just making a chorizo and chickpea stew. Is that chorizo or is there something called chorizo that I don't know about it? There we go. Okay, yo dropped. Yo drop save. And then Hera says GG. And Lix is like, nah, dog. Nah. We restore that. Alright. So it looks like Yo dropped. Don't know when he's going to be back. They're going to try and restore. I will be right back, folks. Give me a second. Okay. I'm back. Boom, 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 boom. Guys, I won't be live tomorrow. It is my nephew's birthday, and I'm taking him to a Blue Jays game. So I will be busy tomorrow, unfortunately. Rip your wallet? Hey, man. I wish they were good. Yeah, same. What technique in Dragon Ball was your favorite to LARP? My favorite LARPable technique in Dragon Ball was probably going Super Saiyan 3. Super Saiyan 1 and 2 were really easy, but Super Saiyan 3 was really tough, dude. There's a video on YouTube of a kid going Super Saiyan 3. And he's a pro, dude. Let's be honest. He's an absolute pro. Like, you can see it. Like, oh, I gotta unmute this.
Videos, I went Super Saiyan 1 and 2, and it was a success for both of them, because I turned Super Saiyan, and,
I can't play this because the music is in the background. It's gonna get muted. Oh, no. Check it out, though. We'll play it after. Damn, dude. That's a shame. I wanted you guys to see what it takes to go Super Saiyan 3. Red Bull released a video about Age of Empires 2, did they? Yeah, they did. It's very delayed. Oh my god, this fucking quiz. Dude, they were so bad at this. I sat there and watched that whole thing. They were so bad at it. So bad. We'll watch after it. Game started? I know, brother. Alright. Castle going up from Vivi. They will get this castle up. Docks are going down. Hera was asking them if they wanted to call the GG when Yo dropped. They did not acquiesce to that. And now Yo is about to go up to Imperial Age. Hearttt is still trying to hold on. Hera will have some distractions, and Hera is going to have to go into Arbalest over on this side. He's just teching into Crossbow now. Remember that Hearttt still has Fishing Eco behind this. So, even after losing some bills and losing this position, he should still be okay. Also, Vitality has... Well, they've got some pretty good civs for the late game. Like, Vikings and Koreans with the water mixed in is disgusting. Romans is a little bit underwhelming for sure. Bengalis, Ethiopians, Burgundians can be solid. Ratha coming around this way. Hera notices. It's going to back away. Heartt's still keeping himself alive. Just pikemen with the +4 armor. Mangonel's behind to stop the pressure from Vivi. Vivi's still only sitting on 2 TCs, right? 57 villagers is not a lot. And now we have a landing from Liereyy. So Lierey's going to go into Fire Lancers. He's going to try to go into Fire Lancers. Double castle here from Yo. More walls over on this side from Lix to stop this. And Liereyy just doesn't have anywhere to build. That is one issue with this map. A lot of the times, there's just nowhere to build your forward buildings. You might have to clear it out with cannon galleons early. 34 crossbows suddenly from Hera, so when he decides he wants to produce, he can really produce. Hearttt is a better player than MBL, but I think MBL is a better team player in the Chaos flank role. No. No. When MBL's strategy pays off, it looks really good. But MBL does not have synergy with people who are playing standard. I think Hearttt is a better team player than MBL for sure. Castle is deleted. Like, MBL is just not consistent enough in team games. Paladin is on the way for Mr. Yo, guys. Is there a chance here for LY? We still have Arbalest over here from Hera pushing in. Lierey's landing has run into some roadblocks, right? Notably, just the fact that there's not enough land here to place anything. So they've kind of stalled him out quite a bit. He wanted to go into the Fire Lancers. There's double castles shutting that down. I think it would have been way more consistent for Liereyy to just play full water cannon galleon. But he thought he needed to land. And he just hasn't been able to. We still do need, if LY want to make a comeback in this game, they will need water control at some point. And it's probably going to have to be Vivi. Hera now running into double castles. Not the best spot for his Arbalest for sure. Yikes. And Yo is kind of waiting in the wings. He's looking for his opportunity to jump on this. Hearttt is now on the way to Imperial Age. Vivi is going to be the only player sitting in Castle Age in a couple minutes. Finally, Liereyy has found a spot. And Hera has also transported some Arbalests over. There was a tower going up there from Lix. A little bit too late. Is there a path through here for Hera? No. Try to find his way in. Can't deny this castle. Villager difference, only 30. Only. It was 50 at one point for the eco difference. Elite cannon galleons for Hera. Finally taking some map control. Clearing up some space. The Paladin are over here. They might be able to clear these up. Rare mistake there from Hera. Give Yo the opportunity to stop this. But he's busy elsewhere, I think. He's busy over here. The Arbalest finding a spot to sit. Does he have the unique tech? He does have Boggs Vigar. So he will get the +1 attack for his Arbalest and for his longboats. And Yo is just really struggling to clear that. Units are not doing what he wants them to do. Hera deleting his navy now. Trying to get more pop into more effective units like cannon galleons or Arbalests to help out Hearttt on this side. Hearttt is only 15 seconds away from Imp, and then he can get help. Vivi is still in Castle Age. And Lix is just contesting over here. There's really no threat to the economy from Vitality at all. And the Halb Arbalest over here should be able to beat the Paladin Ratha combination. Torsion engines for Lix. Okay, Torsion engines and Siege Engineers. Okay. Well, let's see what he can do. Let's see what the kid can do. He's not really a kid. He's probably older than me. We need a mom spaghetti tech. What would mom spaghetti do? Just shake your screen like this while you're like, the more intense the moment, the more shaking. Yikes, bro. Vivi is still in Castle Age. Just yikes. Nice little stack patrol there from Yo. Glides his way right through all of these units. The Ratha are clearing up the house behind. Ballistics is finally on the way. Pikes is finally on the way for those Ratha. Will there be enough Paladin left over is the question, right? He goes melee mode against the Halbs. Vivi absolutely tossing away his army. And Lix is still struggling. Big time. Liereyy finally has a foothold. He's got the bombard cannons. He's got the towers. We got the navy. We got the cannon galleons working away on everything. They're still battling, though. Villager count or eco count is kind of close now, but the military count is nowhere near. 173 versus 34. Hera has double the military count of LY. Still no imp for Vivi either. Just trying to get there. Let's see if Lix can out micro Liereyy. Nope, not so far. Come on, Lix. Come on, buddy. You got this. One bomber cannon and a dream. Elite war wagon now for Liereyy. Oh, jeez. GG called. It was inevitable. It felt inevitable. We are going to a game 7, and it will be on Arabia. Vitality wins the last 2. Let's see if LY can take the set. It's been a good best of 7. I do have some questions there, though. I do wonder if Vivi was meant to be on this side and Lix was meant to be over here. I don't know. It felt like the Sibs were in the right order for Liereyy, Hera, and Hearttt, right? Koreans play water, Vikings boom into water, Romans go men at arms. But I'm just questioning the Ethiopians pick over here. Regardless, good games. And we will go to a game 7 on Arabia. Vitality should be heavily favored on Arabia. This should be like their #1 map in the tournament, right? I think the opportunities for LY so far have kind of opened up when Hera is not making military and he's just adding eco. That's the strategy from Vitality, but LY have been, in their wins, they've been able to abuse that. They bullied the flanks and Hera couldn't support, and I think they might have the same opportunity here on Arabia. If Hera feels like he can only make 6 scouts and then go up to Castle Age, Vitality might be overrun on one of the flanks. Is the land connection of the Crescent random? I don't know, dude. I don't know. All right, so win for the Romans, win for the Vikings, win for the Koreans. They have Franks, Malay, Khmer, and Shu. And Khitans. Feels like Franks is definitely the pocket player. Malay is definitely the flank. And then Shu? You could go Khmer playing archers on the flank too. Or you could go Khmer in the pocket. I think Franks is better though. You're going to have issues late game if you got Khmer in the pocket and it goes late. Like, Ethiopian's #1 pick to be over on that side is crazy. Right? Am I high or something? Like, that feels like a missed location for LY on the previous game. They got their positions screwed up. Anyway, for game 7 should be Mayans, Vietnamese, Magyars. Very, very solid civs for Arabia. Gotta spend some time with me. We're going to call it a day. All right, bye, Jan. Everyone say bye, Jan. Why are there random civs? Because there was only like 5 civs left, and they just went random. The only one we're missing here is Bulgarians. 23 civs on each side, 6 civs banned. Like we got 52 already. I think we have 53 civs total, so the random ones don't really matter. Although they did use one of them, the Gujaras. Imagine just joining as another Jan. Yeah, well, you replace Jan with Jan. Hi, Jan. Fake Jan. Yep. All right, here we go. Shu, Franks, Malay versus Maya, Magyars, and Vietnamese. Okay, so this is exactly the civs that we thought they'd be. And we join in here. Arabia, game 7. Game 7. Can you give me those after this game, Exocep? All right. So, as we know, Malay, Shu on the flanks. It's going to be Shu up against Vietnamese for Vivi, and it's going to be Malay up against Mayans for Licks. And then in the pocket position, we have Magyars and we have Franks. So pretty standard civilizations for Arabia. With Vietnamese for LY, it does present the opportunity of potentially coming forward and laming the Boers. They know where the TCs are immediately. They can maybe do it, especially if they with the eagle there from Licks, but Licks is actually just pushing in the deer. I think it's way more or Uriel. Uriel? What is that? Uriel? I'm just going to call them urinals. Pushing in the urinals. Did Vivi see that? He didn't. He didn't see the boar. Wow. Could have delayed that a little bit. Maybe delayed Hearttt from Feudal Age. Regardless, Vivi's going to take a look. He's going to pull in the boar himself. And he's going out to the berries. Interesting. Usually in Team Game Arabia, you want to go up as quick as you possibly can. And you'll go out to the berries later. As the archer player. That tells me that Vivi is thinking about just playing defensive this game. Instead of going to the mining camp like Licks has. First Dark Age building is the lumber camp. Second Dark Age building is the mining camp. And then you go double range. If you go for the mill, then you're going to be a little bit short on wood, right? Vivi might be planning on playing skirms. Interesting. Okay. So Loom coming in for all the players. Vivi is going to go 20 population. Is this like a skirm spear type of thing? Huh. Very strange. This is the type of thing MBL would do. It could also just be a bad build from Vivi, right? Unlikely, but it could be. He still hasn't gone out for a mining camp. Normally, you don't want to go skirms in a team game situation because while you can counter the archers from the other player, you're not really doing any damage against the scouts at all. And if these scouts from your own teammate get cleared up in front of you, your skirms are just dead. Just completely dead. WBM, thank you for the 47 months, man.
It's a shame a good series ends up with Arabia Tiege. We all know exactly what is going to happen.
Why does it say TG that way? Why does text-to-speech say TG that way? I do not understand. Now, Hearttt didn't spot the mill from Vivi. Very interesting. First thing he's going to see, the scout from Hera and from Hearttt, is that mining camp. Hera's over here with the scout. He's trying to delay the placing of these archer ranges as much as he can. And the teamwork here from Hera and Hearttt, going to be able to kill a villager. Really, really nice stuff there. The scout comes back from Vivi. The spearman is here as well. He's already lost a vill. And Hearttt is already queuing up archers from 2 ranges. And damn, Hera and Hearttt teamwork as well. Takes out the scout from Vivi. Tower already up from Lix. This is a truly unfortunate gold spawn for him. So he needs to protect that. Lierey's just going to protect his gold with army. Mr. Yo already sending some scouts across. And the second range is now going up for Vivi, who's not paying attention. He could have killed that scout from Hera. Oh, man. Vivi is having a rough game. And he's going into archers anyway after building them. It's just weird. All right, so Liereyy comes across. Just waiting. He doesn't have the support from Hera, so he's going to play a little bit more defensive because they don't know where the scouts are from Mr. Yo yet. And the scouts show up here. And Hearttt loses 2 archers. Vivi's going to lose a couple archers as well. But we have 1 archer on the field for Vivi, 4 archers on the field for Hearttt. I definitely feel like initially Shu are going to be more dangerous than Vietnamese. Because they get the extra food from chopping the wood, right? Which means faster fletching and whatnot. For them, also probably a faster feudal age or more comfortable feudal age timing for them. But as we go deeper into the game, Vietnamese will get deadlier and deadlier. And now where does Hera go? Hera's made 6 scouts. Yo has 7. Yo scouts, they're kind of trading off against Hera's right now. They've got the +1 attack. But Hera's got the extra HP from Frank's. Once Yo gets Bloodlines, then he'll have the better scouts in Feudal Age. But he's not quite there yet. As the scouts now come over towards Heartt's base. Unfortunately, attacking a house right away. Heartt's going to be able to quick wall this surely, right? Yeah, nice job. Good damage control there from Hearttt. And look at this army. It's Hearttt and Hera recognizing that Vivi's going to be kind of stuck in his base for a while because they cleared the archers. And they're going over to see if there's any damage to be done at Mr. Yo's base or at Lix's base. But Lix is coming over here. I think Yo has signaled this woodline from Hearttt and said, listen, There's an opportunity here. There's a big opportunity here. And Lix is coming all the way from the other flank to try and feast on these vills. Nice market wall behind there from Yo. It looks like a commitment here from Hera and Hearttt. They're going to roll around and look for more damage. The armor is coming in on the scouts. And now they'll head directly for this wood line. Vivi still being ignored for the time being. Hearttt has to be very, very careful here. He'll see the archers. He'll go for the tower. He's going to try and buy himself time. And they go after the army. The tower will go up. Nice job from Hearttt. Really, really good damage control. What's going on over here? Hera and Hearttt still looking for damage against Mr. Yo. Where is Vivi? Vivi is heading over to help. Honestly, excellent damage control. Masterclass in damage control from both Yo and from Hearttt there. Really, really good job. The tower reaction was like instant from Hearttt. He knew he had to sacrifice the army to buy himself time to get those villagers safe. Mr. Yo going for market walls, house walls, everything. Now Vivi coming over to help. Now it's Lix's turn to potentially be in trouble. He's going to ask for help from Yo. There's only one scout nearby. Archers should be able to push this away, though. Skirmishers now coming out from Hearttt. He's in a pretty bad spot. He's got idle villagers as well. I mean, it hasn't been easy for him. He was asked to attack with Hera at the same time as he's getting 2v1'd over here. Only the armor upgrade from our... Oh, he was missing fletching. He was missing fletching. Oh, dang. Didn't even realize that. Now, Hera losing some scouts as well. Yeah, Lix is going to have to run away from that. Lix will be focused on his side now. Hera coming in, doing Hera things, looking for damage, and Hera's on the way to the castle age. So again, he's made a limited amount of scouts, applied the pressure early, right? Getting damage with his starting scout against Vivi, then the follow-up here, and then keeping Mr. Yo in his base, and he's on the way to the castle age. Mr. Yo, resources looking good. He's going to be pretty far behind Hera, but Lix is up as well. And now they're all heading to Hera's base. Imagine there's an overchop. I don't think there's one right now. I think he should be fine. Doesn't look like there's a way in here. Castle Age on the way for all of the LY players. It's actually amazing. Like, usually Lierey's the guy you got to watch, but he's been the one guy here that hasn't been able to do too much. He should be clicking up shortly, though, and he is melee, so he will be up pretty quickly. And he's got a lot of archers. Liereyy will steamroll. Oh, no. Oh, Lix, I wish you the best, brother. I absolutely wish you the best. Do not leave with those archers from your base at any point. Hearttt is now attacking as well on the wood line. Vivi going for a counter tower. Scouts from Hera still trying to be annoying. And Lix runs right into all of the archers from Liereyy. He needs Bodkin Arrow and Crossbow to come in now. Lierey's trying to clear as many archers as he can before those do come in. Lierey's now running into the tower. It's very aggressive from Liereyy here. He is losing numbers. Bodkin Arrow is in now. And he'll need to back away. Scouts also coming over from Mr. Yo looking for damage. Yo is 20 seconds away from Castle Age himself. Hera's Knights are coming back over towards Lix. And Lix is going to get absolutely doubled here. And there's so many archers from Liereyy. Lix cannot leave. He's trying to move out. He can't leave, though. He can't leave. He's going to get absolutely surrounded. That tower is not going to protect shit in Castle Age. Oh, no. Lix, what have you done? can't really blame the guy. I mean, he's trying to take advantage of his Castle Age timing, right? He's faster than the other players. But now he only has 8 crossbows because he spent the res on ballistics. And there's a risk he could die. They're going to ignore him for now, though. And they're going to go to Mr. Yo's base. Interesting. Yo is still over here with some scouts. He kills a villager from Liereyy. Vivi can't really do too much. Heartt's on the way to Castle Age now. And the crossbows can't really push out. Lix needs enough crossbows to at least, like, keep himself safe. Such a tough position for him. Ballistics is not yet in for Liereyy. Is Vivi coming over? Yeah, Vivi's going to come over, so they're going to try and clear this army. I think they've realized that Heartt got hit pretty bad. He's going to play pretty defensive with these archers because he's scared of the crossbows from Vivi. And they're all going to come over. And they're all going to try and collapse on this army from Hera and Liereyy. It is a big army. It's very dangerous, and they need to clear it out of Yo's base. Here comes Lix. Here comes Vivi. They need to connect. They can't engage alone. You can see Heartt like signaling this. He has no idea where Vivi is. So Heartt's thinking, Vivi's over here. I'm going to clear it up. He has no idea. And now they've just figured out that Vivi's come over to this side. LY need to do this quick. Hera's sending more knights over. Heartt can now come forward. They need to clear this if they can. Yo gets right in there instantly. On this side, we have Heartt trying to come in, do a little bit of damage, and it kind of looks like LY is going to get a full clear up, and they didn't actually pay that much for it. They did not pay that much for it at all in the grand scheme of things. Hera is over here, though. He's going to find some more villager kills. He is significantly ahead of Yo in terms of vill kills. Military count is still close. And we got some villager kills over here as well. 16 crossbows only for Liereyy. And Liereyy will slowly whittle these down. Lix, that's not a fight you want to take, brother. That ain't one you want to take against Liereyy. Vivi is still ahead of Heartt in terms of military count and in terms of eco, but lots of his military is over here, trying to deal with Hera, who's still roaming around with the knights. Hera's trying to go up to Imp, I think. 70 villagers. He's not queuing knights. Yeah, he's trying to go up to Imp. Wants to get that final armor upgrade. Get the Cavalier spam going out. The eco isn't really in a place to fully produce Cavalier. So that's a bit strange to me. Like, he's just not going to really have any military at the moment. But I guess they feel like they can defend. They feel like they've done enough. Liereyy also has a ton of food. If he can scrounge up the gold somewhere, he should be able to go up to Imp. And there we go. The Imp click from Hera. Will he take a ton of damage here? Feels like he might. Kind of feels like he might. And this might force the armies from Heartt and Liereyy to stay at home as well. Good damage from Heartt over here. Yo's got to clear that for sure. Armor upgrades coming in from Vivi and from Lix. Lix also getting Thumb Ring. Knights are coming over. Lix is still just chilling on this side, right? Lix has actually gone for a siege workshop, so Lix is going to attempt to push Liereyy. And Liereyy is sending his army over here to deal with this. There's at 83 villagers right now. Still not really the eco that you want to see to spam Cavalier. But all three armies from Vitality are over here, trying to clear up the crossbows from Vivi. Remember, he does have Thumb Ring. Does have the second archer armor. Hera losing a lot of knights. Knights from Mr. Yo are still alive. There's 2 players crossbows behind this, though. But Vivi steps his way out of that fight, and Lix is doing damage to Liereyy at the same time. Still might work out for Vitality, but I really question the imp click from Hera. Maybe it just felt like they were further ahead than they were. Imperial Age now on the way for Vivi. It's an interesting tower there from Lix. I guess it'll cut off the reinforcements from Liereyy. Cavalier coming in now for Hera. Castle going up on this hill from Vivi. And Hearttt is trying to push him back. Don't think Hearttt has had the greatest game either. Still, the teamwork has been there for both teams. Good synergy. LY still pretty far behind in eco, but they've got themselves good positions, right? We've got the towers over here. Liereyy needs to run. Hera with the Cavalier just now coming in towards Yo's base. And Yo is still very far behind on eco. He got hit hard. Got hit hard by Hera, Liereyy, and Hearttt. And he's just trying to help his team. Right now it's going to be the flanks that are going to have to carry. It's going to be the pocket that's going to have to carry from LY. And Yo is losing a lot of his knights because he's busy at the back. Very busy at the back. Imperial Age now on the way for Liereyy from this town center. And Yo is going to lose so much, dude. Yo is going to drop to like 50 vills, probably. Hera's just all over him. Paladin now on the way for Hera. Okay. Still kind of feels like that res put into knights would have already ended the game, no? I'm still not convinced, man. Another tower coming up from Lix. Oh, Liereyy with the gate! Sick gate trap here from Liereyy. And that's going to be most of the crossbows down. Unless he can somehow survive. Bracer does come in. The enemy's crossbows have more HP. Arbalest is in now. Maybe he can actually get okay value for this, but he will be losing all of his army. And let's look at Mr. Yo's base. Okay, let's stop looking at Mr. Yo's base. Because there's nothing good happening over there. Nice shot from Hera to go directly for Mr. Yo. Another castle going up for Vivi. 102 villagers for Vivi. So really solid eco there. Let's take a look at Hera's eco. He's up to 113 now. Sergeant Salty, thank you for the 28 months.
Surprise visit. She was like, oh.
Imperial Age now on the way for Lix. Little bit late, though. Cavalier will come over to support Liereyy. And the GG is called. Great set. Vitality win 4-3 with 3 straight wins at the end, but it was incredibly close. LY showing why they're contenders in this tournament for sure. Vitality showing why they're the favorites. Shout out to all the players. Shout out to the sponsor. It was like 4.5 hours. Sick, dude. Really, really fun set, honestly. And I think it's a good preview for what we might see in the league. KD ahead for Hearttt, actually, after that clear up of Vivi's units. Eco ahead for Hera, no surprise there. And Castle time, much better for Hera. Imp time, much better for Hera. Feudal time, very fast for Liereyy. I'm still wondering about the delayed feudal for Vivi. I think Vivi would have been completely dead if Hera and Hearttt didn't leave his base early. It was a kind of a strange build. Strange build a little bit. All right, let's mark this one down for posterity. We've got 4-3. And then we have win with the Malay, win with the Franks, win with the Shu, loss with the Mayans, loss with the Vietnamese,